again, everybody. Thank you for joining by the One Piece is Real. The podcast is real. The realest podcast of them all.
One Piece is real!
Feelings are going to be hurt. Feelings are going to be hurt tonight, people. I'm talking about gunfire, man. I'm talking about gunfires. We're going to get them tonight. We're going to get them tonight. Oh, my goodness.
Yes, you have to go post, let people know that we're here.
Y'all look amazing. How are you two? How are you two on this beautiful night?
Ah, man. It's still white outside, but it's okay.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. We out here in the freaking
continue tonight, so hopefully that doesn't happen.
Well, look here, we have like freaking rain mixed freezing, so the road gonna be extra worse tough today.
Exactly, and it's supposed to freeze overnight, so we're gonna be right back where we start tomorrow.
And I'm supposed to work tomorrow, and
same.
I ain't gonna lie, I might not gonna be able to. I'm probably gonna put PTO time for that. No cap. No cap.
I can't because I've been out all week, and it has officially ruined my plans so much that this week was the week that I was going to raise the money for Anime NYC tickets, and 3-day badges sold out on me.
Oh, yeah.
So sound like
the plan was to get them, but I hadn't been able to work due to the weather.
Nothing because of the road. I understand.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
But that was the plan.
It's all good, though. It's all good. Nothing to foster.
We'll find a way in. Like apparently I don't qualify for an influencer badge this time. We've talked about that because they've raised the requirements.
Yeah. I'm waiting on my letter for them to tell me if I'm qualified or not. Literally.
Yeah, you qualify. You actually can apply.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on an email of them saying, "Oh, we like your content. Come through." I'm waiting, or I might get declined. You know what I'm saying? If I do get declined, I still don't give a fuck.
I got declined last year, but I'll find a way there because I missed last year. I'm not missing it this year. So.
No, I got declined last year too.
I was in a booth. I couldn't even go. I was in a booth. That's why I couldn't go. Video. I was in a booth. I couldn't go. I was in a booth.
See, the year before they approved me, but they told me like a week and a half before the convention. That's just not enough time for me to prepare to travel, so I didn't go. But the second year they denied me. I was like, well, I mean, I didn't go
for what? An Anime NYC influencer badge. You can actually apply for influencer badges so that you can actually be a big deal when you go there. But not only have they raised the requirements for being able to have an influencer badge, but not only did they do that, they now apparently want the people who get influencer badges to do a lot more stuff while they're there. Because they were asking, like, would you be interested in like hosting things and doing this? So I think they actually now want their influencers to actually influence, which in a way is what they should be doing anyway.
But the thing is, it's like Anime NYC, right? So how I feel about that is it depends on what influencer that you want to be there. Because if you go to Anime NYC, the majority of them really concerned about RDC and Vader in them. And if you had like something that's popping off or going on, or you had like a setup or something like the Bleach people who was in the middle of the dance were popping off, shout out to them.
I mean, you can always do things, but I'm saying, like, I think they want it more to just be like, instead of just, hey, there's people here. I think they want to take the influencers and be like, hey, this person's going to host something. Hey, this person's going to sponsor this. Hey, this person's hosting this after party. They want their influencers to actually do what they would want them to come to do. And Victoria, what was my reaction to meeting the voice of Naruto Uzumaki? Well, if you can, Naruto's my favorite anime. And if you can clearly, I know I had a mask on because, it happened during the dark times. But if you can hear my voice, I am very, very, very good when I go around people. Doesn't matter if they're a big person, if they're a small person, whatever. You can hear in my voice how nervous I was giving that interview.
Right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We all meet our heroes one day. We all got to meet our heroes. I still want to meet the One Piece voice.
I've met famous people all the time, and I've never acted like that. But right before we were setting up and we were getting ready to turn the camera on, like the butterflies just went phew.
Not butterfly.
I was like, really? Now?
Video, what you got going on over there? What you eating over there? I'm kind of hating over there a little bit. What you eating?
All right.
Oh, I made some rice and peas and some fried fish and some salad.
Rice and peas. Is it fried or boiled? Which one?
Fried fish. I had fried it.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, can I get to the yams? Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
You know,
Got to. You went to DreamCon last year? I did. I went to DreamCon last year too. I'm not gonna lie. I've never been so fucking busy at DreamCon in my life. And that was my first DreamCon. My very first DreamCon. And they gave me a freaking partner badge and made me win everywhere. That's all. Here's a partner badge. Have fun. I'm like, okay. Oh, okay. Hey, yo, come over here. We meet over here. All right, you going over here. Hey, yo, vote. We finna go over here. Come on. Hey, yo, we finna go in the backstage. Hey, yo, vote. We finna be on the stage. I'm like, what is going on today?
it was as I, obviously it's my job to promote as we're in these things as well. Y'all see the name up there. Y'all make sure y'all go follow our podcast page as well. We are trying to get it to 1,000 followers. And not only are we trying to get it to 1,000 followers, once we do, I will do another giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you guys go follow.
Got to. If y'all really want that Amazon gift. If you want that Amazon gift. So, I got a question before y'all move. When did y'all become best friends? Please, I need to know. Because when y'all first got here, y'all over here like, hey, best friend. Hey, best friend. I'm like, hold on. When did y'all establish this?
That's my best friends.
Like, hold on. When did y'all establish this behind closed doors? Hold on, bro.
Okay.
I'll let you do.
You go tell the story. You go ahead.
Oh, okay. So, actually, I did not know that he was such a big Disney fan. I don't really meet many people who are huge Disney fans like that. So yeah, that just stole my heart right away. I was like, okay, let's see. I was like, if you pass this quiz, this little mini quiz, it's like we're best friends. That's just what it is. And so he was like, okay, and I was like, so I said, who's like the first Disney princess? And he was like, Snow White. And I was like, say no more. And it was no lag in it either. Like it was literally right after I sent the message, probably like 10 seconds to maybe like less than a minute. He responded hella fast. So I was like, that's real.
This is a family of Disney. Well, I don't dissect, but he does.
Now let me tell you the behind the scenes real quick of all of that she just said.
Okay.
Now, first of all, my first time ever seeing her was at DreamCon.
100%.
Didn't really know her yet, obviously. It's the first time I ever seen her, but DreamCon had some amazing cosplays, especially one cosplay that might pop up here a little bit later. But so that was that. And, I didn't think too much of it. Like I thought enough about it to hit the follow button. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, because I follow people that I like. I think they look good, talented, all that stuff. And then I get a DM out of nowhere, just randomly one day, from another person that I'm going to try not to gush about because I do it every time. Manny Moon.
I knew it. I was so waiting on that name. Hey, yo, Moon, I just want to say this right now. This man cannot stop gushing, okay? This man cannot stop gushing. That means y'all have a beautiful friendship bond. It's amazing.
Yes. If anybody just joining in, not in a romantic gushing way, just in a gushing
romantic, just respect when it comes to one another.
But no, she hits me up and she's like, hey, so I have this friend, Videogame Vixen. I was talking to her about your podcast. And I was like, first of all, wow, she's talking to people about our podcast. That right there was amazing. But then she's like,
I didn't know she messaged you, but go ahead.
You didn't tell me about the podcast. And I was thinking that she might be a great guest for you because you're big into Disney. And I was like, oh, really? I was like, okay, well, I mean, I'll definitely keep that in mind. We definitely have a lot of guests that we have lined up because we stay booked over here these days.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, but then one day, like I always like and comment on her stuff from time to time. So I commented on one of her stories and then she just came through and was like, I got a question for you. Like she said, she's like, if you get this right, we're best friends. We're besties. I was like, okay. And she's like, who's the first Disney princess?
Right.
And I had to make sure I clarified it first. So I came back and was like, are you saying your first Disney princess you encountered or the very first Disney princess?
I'm glad you did that. I'm so happy you did that because not a lot of people would do that. See, that's how I know you're on your shit. That's how I know you're on your shit.
Period.
Not a lot of people would ask that question.
The voice actor for Ash Ketchum from Pokemon. Which one? Because, they got the OG one that's going to cons now these days.
Mom,
the new one has been going to cons.
Mom, shout out to Bob. What up, Bob? How you doing? You feel
yeah, absolutely.
Gunshots. You feel what I'm saying? Gunshots.
Hey, bow tie.
Gunshots. But don't come up and tell us to pause, Mr. Mob.
So I had her clarify that, and she's like, the very first one. So I immediately like, she's insulting me right now. Hold on, let me answer this real quick. And I said, the bills are being paid by of course it's Allegra.
Oh wow.
Arigato.
Bills, yo, Allegra, thank you for having our bills to be paid. Video, I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you know what time it is?
You ought to know. You've been to this podcast.
I've been in there. Are we doing? Okay.
Sin City was a radio.
Yes, sir.
Like I got butterflies when I met the voice actor for Ash. I get it.
I'm gonna get it better the next time. I gotta get the hand rubbing it like
Look, it's okay. Hey, yo, next time put the Birdman hand out. Yeah.
What happened to that boy?
To me. He put the Birdman hands out.
But no. So when she said that, I'm sitting there, my initial reaction, because I've been watching Disney my whole life, is like, this woman just insulted me with this easy ass question. So I finally went ahead and I answered. I'm like, not only is Snow White the first Disney princess, Snow White the Seven Dwarfs is the first Disney animated movie.
In 1937.
I ain't gonna lie. Allegra just came in with the Forever Rose. She came in with
Beauty and the Beast. That was the Beauty and the Beast rose.
Beauty and the Beast rose. So part 2, let's go.
I know, right?
Sin City was a radio.
She cannot keep it together.
She's like, soon as she gets that,
I'm unserious. Sorry.
It's okay. I
gotta work on my poker face.
So once I answered the question and she's like, correct, I basically hit her with the Step Brothers. Did we just become best friends?
All right. Well, that makes a lot of sense now, then, because boy, that made a lot of sense. Because I said, ain't they coming here talking about best friends? I'm like, hold on,
I know, you have to call me out.
You say what, love?
No, Tyler down here saying that she's breaking character.
Hey, look here. At least we know somebody genuine and she's super sweet. She has a nice, super sweet, gullible personality. And you know what I'm saying? And not a lot of people can pull up.
Oh my goodness, it's a glass flipper.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
I guess we're gonna keep going till we get this right.
It's the magical world of Disney. 3, I guess.
Sin City was a radio.
Yeah!
Hey, she was focused. She was focused.
She got it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Third time's a charm.
She got the wrist. Woo.
I will say this though, I'm just gonna move myself out the way for a quick second.
He's like, all right, bye.
Because there were some people I wondered, because I got a little creative with her promos. And
I love the promos you did.
My name is Video Vixen, and you're watching
Disney Channel.
Oh, I remember. Oh, those were my days. Oh, those were the days. People don't understand. Those were my days. People will never understand That's So Raven, Wizard of Waverly Place. They will never understand. Mom come in with a crystal.
I need to post something else on my story because if whoever comes in, I'm gonna release some information that's supposed to be private. But if you come into the podcast, I'm gonna tell them what it's gonna be about. So.
Okay, it's a good exclusive. Oh no, now we're under the sea.
Y'all, I ain't gonna lie. It's one thing that we constantly be chilling, but y'all over here flooding, so we just have. All right.
Sin City was a radio.
Hey, crazy. My favorite princess. Wait, Cinderella? Cinderella's your favorite princess? Shockingly, actually.
We gonna talk about her.
I'm gonna say this once. I'm gonna say this again. I am a firm believer that he does not like Cinderella. Even though he said, I don't hate the people in the show, the aspect, I don't like the idea of concept. But I remember once he kept going with Cinderella, There's no stopping him when it came to Cinderella. He was like the glass slipper, the dad, the stepmom. It was just so many. He was the definition of a Disney detective who would just constantly would just be like, I love this, but God damn it, Cinderella, get it together. And Videogame Vixen, oh my God.
I know, right?
She just
But y'all might not know who she is. She cosplayed.
Oh my God.
And she left us.
Oh, she on that live pod, somebody calling her.
Oh my goodness. I guess we gonna leave this right here.
Nah, she good. Like that's just one of them. Okay, I'm about to get age myself here, but I used to rent the Cinderella VHS from Blockbusters. Ooh,
Allegra, I don't know how old you are, but I'm probably older, so it's okay.
Ooh, wow. If I should say Blockbuster, that was crazy. That takes me back a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you.
Blockbuster, yeah. Blockbuster, Hollywood, they don't exist anymore.
They do not. Everything's streaming nowadays. It is not. Every week as a kid. Now, you know what was mine? Look at, I think when it comes to VCR tapes, I think my family was known for Disney collections of that VCR tapes.
You had them.
I remember a crate that we had, and we had every single Disney movie in that.
Yes, Allegra, I am older than you.
Like, I
Don't
remember
get me started.
the Aristocats. I remember we literally had every single one of them. But I think the one that I constantly kept dodging a little bit, this little bit was a Little Mermaid a little bit. I didn't hate it. It was just one of those things I just had to dodge around a little bit because it was one of them like. But the one that really got me was, and I really dodged around was not Beauty and the Beast, but was Sleeping Beauty.
Now we're gonna talk about Little Mermaid, but anyway, Sleeping Beauty.
Yes, I'm ready for that.
Look here, I rock with Sleeping Beauty, but at the same time, I don't rock with Sleeping Beauty because I have mixed feelings of Sleeping Beauty. I ain't gonna hold you, but I'm gonna leave that alone though. Because but first, I'm gonna acknowledge this goddamn cosplay that she got going on in the background. Like, what the hell?
I need you to talk to us about this.
Oh, that's Dea. She's from Genshin Impact. Well, Dia. I'm sorry, it's Dia. Is how you pronounce her name.
Don't upset anybody.
Yes, Dia.
I heard about Genshin Impact. I heard that game is live.
It's so much fun. It's really addicting, honestly. We had another.
Now we got a swan. Allegra, where do you work? Because
make it pink, make it blue. Oh my gosh. Okay, out of respect.
Out of respect.
Sin City wasn't made,
Yeah. Birdman hand rubbing. Yeah, Birdman. But nah, like I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. When I went to your page and I saw the cosplays that you was wearing and stuff like that, I was like, holy shit! I didn't know you was going that crazy with the cosplays on your page in this video. I was actually super shocked the amount of cosplay that you have on there. Not gonna lie, they look amazing too, by the way. They look amazing.
You.
They look super
so
fantastic. Which one of you was the hardest cosplays to get into?
Probably the cosplay that I made for DreamCon. I had another cosplay. Nobody saw it. Well, some people saw it because I came in with it, but like all of my friends were with me, and it was a Ninetales I made. I think. Well, no, I don't have it. I took them apart. But pretty much like they were like the tails were like Ninetales from League of Legends, Ari.
Mm-hmm.
From Arcadia, and that was probably the hardest one to put on, but my harness had malfunctioned. So it wasn't, my tails weren't staying up. So and there were 9 tails. So all of my friends each had like 2 tails in our hand. We were just walking through the whole convention trying to get to like
and I didn't see that. That would have been something.
And everyone kept stopping. They're like, "Well, can we get pictures when you put this together?" I'm like, I don't even know if I'm putting it together, but I took the whole thing off because it was just like, it was too much work.
I have no idea like the degree of how she was cooking at DreamCon though. It's crazy.
I mean, if you constantly get stopped a lot, that says a lot about your cosplay. We say that a lot. If you constantly get stopped by persons and they look at the cosplay, that means that you working it. Like you doing something, boy. Like
it was tails.
The Queen of the Dale. Wow. I ain't see that movie in years, and that is my mother name in the context. It's crazy.
I love Aaliyah.
It's true.
Oh my gosh. Don't tell me you had your little moment when you done your little.
a little walk.
All the vampires came after you, was like, ugh, you feel what I'm saying? Or you had that little heart and you just like, I ain't gonna lie. That movie had, it wasn't dramatic, it wasn't dramatized, but at the same time when I watched it, because what's the Leah was in there, right?
Yes.
Aaliyah was,
Yes,
oh my
Aaliyah was in
gosh.
it. And then when I saw that, I was like, oh snap, Aaliyah, she looked great. But then I saw the concept about, like, you feel me, the old swingers, the old violin vampires and stuff running up. I'm like, wait a minute, that's wait.
Look at him. They're saying slay down in the
Yeah,
chat.
that's different.
Thank you.
That's different. I ain't gonna lie though. How many people stop you with this?
A lot. I got stopped every. I couldn't even walk far without being stopped.
What
I
kind was
bet
this?
so.
What kind was
I
this?
said,
Were you
I
wanting to
imagine
stop for?
so.
Oh, that was for DreamCon.
That was
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay.
Mhm. That's what I'm saying. That was a DreamCon one.
Ooh, bruh. Mama say, mama sa, mama kusa. These people are like slaying. You're slaying.
She was on her best, Leah.
I said it.
Maybe
Slaying
to
with
the
these
queen.
cosplays. I wonder how many guys stop you. But hold on, can I take a picture? Like not just the people who love your cosplay, just the fans. I'm talking about the actual cameraman walks up on you and just be like,
Oh,
can I
yeah.
get a cosplay picture of you?
I gotta
Did
get
you
one
have
of
more
those.
people walking up to you talking about Queen of the Damned, or more people coming up talking about Aaliyah?
I think the part that like really like was like got me emotional. I was like standing in the food court, and this girl, she walked up to me. She was like, "Oh my gosh, you look so much like her." And I was like, "Oh, thank you so much." She was like, "Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm talking to her right now." She started crying, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, don't make me cry."
Oh wow.
So
Oh
I was
wow.
like,
She's like,
yeah, so
I feel Aaliyah inside of you.
yeah, I was like,
It's like,
so
wait
I
a
was like,
minute,
"Oh my
pause.
gosh, don't get emotional. Don't get me emotional too."
Unfortunately, I didn't get to see her live, like, because, like I said, if I'd seen that walking around, I already know what I would have done.
I didn't get to see you when I had on my kashi either.
I would have just ran up to her and just started going, "Baby girl, I'm the man for the big VA. This girl's heading down my way, and let's do what I gotta say."
Nah,
I've been watching
bro.
you.
Both of y'all were very busy though. I can honestly say y'all probably was very busy in your DreamCon. We're going nuts. Woo! Woo! Woo!
I do love that fit.
She's
Woo!
like, I'm telling you.
Slim thick with your cute ass. Damn! I had by you a newbie. She is killing these cosplays.
And she says she usually used to work out, which I've always seen because she's got like freaking abs for days.
Oh, so she got do you got the JoJo type abs? Those type of abs you got? If you know what I'm talking about.
I'm a JoJo's fan.
Ooh.
We stand JoJo's in this household. I'm quite positive that Dio was posted up with two glizzies.
Oh yeah, I saw your JoJo cosplay. You was his daughter, correct? Or was I tripping? Was you JoJo?
No, I was Jolene. Jolene's not her daughter. His daughter.
Ah, okay. I ain't gonna lie. Well, the newest one, right?
Oh, you're talking about when I did I did for Rodeo Roller where you make your own character and I was his daughter. Yeah, I was his
okay, because
daughter.
I was tripping.
Yeah, I saw when that was going on to make up your own character thing. That was crazy.
So much fun. Rodeo Roller is so fun.
Wow.
I just cosplay, no cosplay, just outfitted, suited and booted, relaxed. She just, guys, y'all not following her. Y'all need to go ahead and follow her because she's on that stuff. She's on that Queen of the Damned. She's on those video games. She is on that casual. She's also on that anime.
But that don't mean you can approach her any type of way though. Like, hold on. Let me protect her real quick. That don't mean you can approach her any type of way though. Because I be seeing how some of y'all is in the comment sections. Y'all wild. Some of y'all. In the y'all wild.
She's got like 4 husbandos, so she's good. So.
Oh yeah, I saw that
I just
video.
don't like being picked up. I don't mind approach. I just don't like people picking me up.
No.
Is that a thing?
I don't know you. Yes, it is a thing because I'm small. So I think they're just like, oh, so small and cute, and I'm like 5'2", so.
Yeah. That sounds like something Jasir would do.
I don't don't mind just hearing my friends doing that, but like random people that like just me or something like that, I don't like being picked up because I don't know you like that. I will give a
By
hug
the
though. I
way,
don't mind
as
hugs.
we have Unahana above me, I'll just say this. There was something that we had at what was it, AWA, and I was so upset about it because remember when we ran into you guys at the LAN party, and I ran up on Moon with the phone,
Mm-hmm.
and then you ran in,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went and started talking to you guys. I gave my nephew the phone to continue recording so I could go over there with you and Moon, and you like rushed in and gave me like the biggest, tightest hug in the world. And it turned out he accidentally hit stop on the phone, and we got none of it recorded.
No.
It's all good. It's all good.
That's why you haven't seen it in anything, because it's like I will see you again though, so it's okay.
It's all good.
Yes, and we're throwing more parties too. Like we're throwing another party, like probably for MomoCon. So.
MomoCon party.
Sound like Luffy finna turn the fuck up. All right. You know I'm excited. Y'all know me when it comes to parties. Woo! I'll be like Jimmy. Bouncy, bouncy,
We were cooking at Trap Sushi.
Shout out.
We were cooking at Trap Sushi.
Shout out to Trap. Shout out to Troop. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the brother Troop. Shout out to the wife. You guys are beautiful. They definitely ran up on me the other day. I love y'all super much.
Mm-hmm.
I love y'all. I love y'all. And don't act like we didn't see that post that you posted on us talking about. So, I wish y'all was still here. We look here. We Tennessee bona fide. All right. We just 4 hours away. What's that song, Charlie? I'm only one call away. But the only difference is we're grown up and we're busy men. So it's
what's up, my favorite uncle and birthday twin, your cousin and my niece is in the chat right now. What's going on, Kayla?
How you doing, Kayla?
Hi, Kayla.
We got shit. It is about that time for my birthday.
It's only a couple of years left before we can start taking her to these things with us. She's not quite old enough yet.
She ain't old to be. Oh hell no. Oh God no. Oh God no. Especially people be around me with. Oh no.
No. And that's the thing. Even when she's old enough to travel with us, she still can't do everything that we do because she won't be 21.
So she got to be like, I got to wait till 21. It's like we got to pull the connection off connections to get inside.
That'd be sad because during the day she'll roll with us, but then when the sun starts going out, it's like you got to wait in the hotel.
That's gonna be bro. That's gonna hurt her soul. She's gonna be like, all right, bro, we finna head out. You ready? All right, cool.
She just have to find some friends. Well, the cons go 24/7, so she can always still go to the cons, go to panels, and do that stuff. Just we won't be there during certain hours.
I'm protective about that one.
Look at her, she's running.
But I ain't gonna lie, I'm protective about that one. I ain't gonna lie. I'm super protective about that one.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like, look, but she gotta grow up, and we both know that. I said the same thing about you.
She gotta grow up, but the only difference is when it comes to her, she's super sweet, and people take sweetness for kindness out in this community. So we ain't going for that. we ain't doing that. I ain't gonna hold you. We gonna make sure I'm gonna make sure she's good, she's straight. You know what I'm saying? I know she's probably 18 and grown, she can do what she want, whatever, but still at the same time, I'm still the Don. We know these places, so keep your ass in the hotel, or unless you talk to somebody we know about. But at the end of the day, you ain't just gonna run down, especially in different
like,
places,
look,
right?
I'm just gonna let y'all know, y'all with y'all lingering eyes, her cousin and her uncle will be there.
Not doing that. Especially, and she 18 too. Ooh, when she get 18, y'all gonna have to beat up all them boys. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
In the meantime, though, Kayla, keep killing it and dancing. Don't think I haven't been watching the videos because I've been watching your videos.
Yeah, I gave her my crown, me and celebrities, because she mean Gorilla Zoe and them out here. So I just gave her my crown. I was like, here, I don't even want the crown. You got it. I don't even want the crown. You take it.
So real quick, Kris, what would you say your favorite Disney movie is? Wow, she ran. Nah, I'm playing.
She ran for the smoke.
My favorite Disney movie is The Little Mermaid.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
What happened?
Which one? The Little? Oh, I was getting a call, but I just put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Oh, okay. That's good because sometimes when people get calls, it ends up messing that stuff up. So I was just making sure. No, we're good. We're good. So Little Mermaid is your favorite Disney movie.
Yes, before they made the live action. So
Right.
yeah.
No wonder we both have some strong opinions that we're going to say about the live action a little bit later.
Emotional, damn it.
Definitely.
Because although I did a very, very nice parody video about the live action Little Mermaid,
Loved it.
I have never given my public opinion of what I thought of the movie.
You did not, and
Yes. What a time to be alive because I get to hear it.
Exactly. Everybody gets to hear it for the first time. We talk about everything, and I haven't even talked about this with him.
What?
Hold on. Wait a minute. Before you go and go to that next topic, let me go ahead and get this out of the way right now, because I'm ready for the smoke. This is the podcast is real. We about to throw some smoke and all type of shit in here. Look here. Let me go ahead and push the button so y'all can understand what's about to happen.
One Piece is real!
All right, look here, people, ladies and gentlemen. We might be arguing, we might be cussing each other out, we might disagree on some things, but at the end of the day, this is all love, and this is just straight opinions of how we feel about each shows. So we are not going to hold back any tongues about how we feel about these shows or movies. All right, we're going all in. We're going all in. So if you see some arguments, don't take it seriously, because this is the debate / opinions. So please, for the love of God, do not come in and shoot her, because I'm going to be real. You think I'm bad at anime? All right. Y'all ain't made Disney detective.
That works the other way around, too, by the way. I do not need Chris's super fans running up in me in my DMs once this podcast is over with. Trust me. This is bestie. This is bestie. We're good.
I'm telling you, this is gonna be one of those things. A Brooklyn Lab's gonna be in here. We about to hurt some feelings today. Okay, let's get into it. All right.
I figured usually I'll DM the people ahead of time and I'll ask them like what their favorite like top 10 of this or top 10 of that. I didn't do that with her because I wanted to do this a little differently this time. I wanted to ask her here live. Okay. That's why I went ahead and asked her what her favorite Disney movie was. Now I want to see how vast, because she wanted to come at me about the first Disney princess ever. Let's see about your Disney knowledge. You know, everybody knows about the beginning. You know, you got the big three, the princesses, the Snow White, the Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella. You know, we call them the big three princesses. There's others, but they're the OGs. Everybody knows about the Disney Renaissance. You know, that's where Little Mermaid and, you know, Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin and all that stuff came in. But there was a time frame in between those movies. Movies that don't get talked about as much as they probably should get talked about. And I want to know what your knowledge is on these. So I'm going to bring up a couple of movies, and I just want to know, have you seen them, and what can you tell me about them?
Okay.
Watch out, this one. Robin Hood.
Oh, Robin Hood. That's really good. It's about a little fox. You know, he's trying to pretty much like bring food over. I'm trying to pretty much help the poor. I forgot the exact name of the place where he brought it to. I forgot the name, but yeah, I haven't seen the movie in a long time, but definitely know that movie.
Do you know that movie, or you just know the story of Robin Hood? Because every version of Robin Hood is the same. You rob from the rich and give to the poor. You fight yourself from Nottingham.
Yes, he's a little orange fox with the little green outfit on. It's just been a long time since I've seen that movie. Huh?
You know the song?
If you started, I'd probably be able to follow.
Okay, well, what's the phrase everybody says? Let me see. Can you finish this? Robin Hood and Little John going through the forest.
I don't know.
I figured if I said Robin Hood, if you halfway knew that movie, the first thing you'd have said was Oodalade.
Yeah, I haven't watched that movie in a long time. Like, I don't even remember the last time I've seen that movie, but I do know of that movie.
Okay, but that just means you wouldn't be able to say
not in
much.
Detail.
You wouldn't be able to say much about that movie. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let's continue the middle ground. The Sword and Stone.
Oh, these are all these old movies that I probably only watched a couple times. But isn't it about like King Arthur or something like that? And with like I can't quite remember everything. I haven't seen that movie in mad long either.
You good? You good? You good? It's just
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to.
it's the same average sword in the stores.
And I think I say this to a bunch of people. I'm gonna need you to do me a favor at one point, maybe even when you get off this podcast. Go watch Sword in the Stone. If nothing else, just for the Merlin and Mims fight alone, because it's one of the best fights in Disney. I'm telling you.
Merlin's so adorable. He's funny.
Like, it is one of the most best, epic, hilarious fights.
I haven't seen that movie in so long. Honestly, like probably the middle movies I haven't really seen like in a while, but I have seen them like probably once or twice.
It ain't sounding so good right now, nephew. I'm telling you. Okay, let's keep going. The Fox and the Hound.
I've seen that too. I just can't remember the middle movies heavily. Like those are the ones I'm gonna be quite frank with you. The middle ones I'm not really interested in like that heavily. Like some of them I do like for instance, I like the Aristocats, I like, the Lady and the Tramp. I like those are ones I've rewatched, like those ones, but I haven't really watched like the older ones over again. Like I've probably seen them once or twice, and that's because of my dad.
It's okay. You gained a lot of bonus points for saying the Aristocats. we stand the Aristocats in this family.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Everybody.
Oh yeah. I'm Team Thomas O'Malley over here.
The smoothest character intro in all of Disney.
Period.
Like we had a conversation about who was the smoothest cat, and it was Tom versus
Thomas O'Malley.
And
Tom
don't
got nothing on him.
But like it's like I say, it's just something different about a man just walking up on you, just raise you, and you gotta think about this
yourself by singing a song about yourself.
Not even just that. My man found a cat just stranded in the middle. He didn't care about nothing else. He was just like, oh snap, I'm gonna get that right there. Hold on, I like a cheek. Like that's it. Oh yeah, that's just how it went. And I just looked at it and I'm just like, okay. And now the cat just wants a housewife.
But you know what? To Thomas O'Malley's credit, as soon as he found out she had kids, it started him for like a second. And then he was like, all right then. That's cool.
4, 5. Look,
Thomas got the girl and loves her kids. That's exactly. Like, he tried to raise her up, but as soon as he found out she had kids, he was like, you know what? I want to help them too.
A real one.
Kind of need a father around.
Exactly.
He's like, I'm trying to be their dad.
Anime needs to learn from him. Anime dads need to learn from him. That's all I'm gonna say.
Nah, but still, I know Thomas O'Malley is the thing that took the show, but you still gotta give it to the dogs, bro. The dogs. Waffy, what tarnation are you trying to do? Wait a minute. Where's my hat? Oh, and somebody stole my bunker too. Where's my baby bad basket? Whoever it is gonna get it and get it good.
Oh, wait a second. I'm the leader.
I decide what he wants.
Let's go.
Nah, what got me was the cricket bug, but his I'm the leader. I decide what it was. It was a little old cricket bug. Tell you, the dogs, man. When it came with the dogs, bro, they stole the show from me.
Nah, he was definitely the complete opposite from like Thomas O'Malley's complete opposite from like Tramp from Lady and the Tramp, because he raised up a girl just for her to find out that he been around.
He's a tramp.
Like, you know about all these other girls he been talking to?
But they wasn't important. It wasn't important.
Hey, my man was what we like to call those? He was a tramp, but what's another word we call nowadays that will put him in that category? That would be
man whore.
No, something in his newer generational time. Not even man whore. Not even jiggable. Some other word. It's some word that you can put this man is, or how much they was like, bro, this man been messing with so many other dogs that you really was just one of the ones that he was just trying to help to save. And I feel bad. Because, I realized this. Why do Disney have so many movies when it comes to a house person and a street person? Like, why is there so many streets?
Because that was like fairy tale 101 back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, if it's got
two people from two different worlds.
He's like,
coming
I'm from the streets.
in.
I'm like, Y'all really like the streets.
You like the Prince and the
It
Pauper,
was.
the
That
Mickey
was
Mouse
from the
one,
street.
the Prince and the
Lady was
Pauper
from
too.
That Simple Life. You know what I'm saying? Duchess was from That Simple Life. You know, Thomas O'Malley was an alley cat. You know, and it's always the dude that's the bomb, and it's always the woman that's in the high class life.
Every time I looked at it, I was like, damn, you really like a straight dude? All right, Disney characters, okay.
Or you are strays and you're trying to find that simple life, like Oliver and Company. Have you seen Oliver and Company?
I love Oliver and Company. I'm supposed to call it. Okay, listen, hear me out. That little bowl that Jenny was putting together for Oliver with whatever she made was putting in there. That looked kind of good. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh, we're gonna get to what you said on your social media a little later. We're gonna get to what you said on your social media a little later.
I don't know what you're talking
But
about.
we ain't finna not talk about that.
Wait a minute.
We call that a teaser, sir, because I got to get to another movie real quick, and I swear, our bestiness might be on the line with this one.
It's crazy. I will redeem myself.
Wow. Okay. All right. What's going?
The Jungle Book.
Okay. What did you want me to know? What do you want to know about that?
Have you seen The Jungle Book?
Yes, I have, and I saw the live action too. Which the live action actually made a lot of money too. It was one of their best sellers.
It did, but there was still some things in there that didn't make a lot of sense. And I'm not even saying, it was almost like, on one hand, they were trying to make the live action more dark and closer to like the books, which I've read. I've actually read the original.
That live action is one of my favorite live actions personally.
But on the flip side, they also seemed like they wanted it to be like the serious books, but then they also wanted it to be like the cartoon Disney one, and it just seemed unbalanced at times. Like, it was like, I like the way they handled certain characters. Everything was dark. You know, they actually made Shere Khan a killer. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that was all cool. But then it was still weird that King Louis still broke out into the song. You know, it was just like...
To me, I feel like they did. I feel like they did.
Like he would.
Yeah.
He was like a real boss.
I feel like out of all their live actions, like before, like at that time, I feel like that was their best, in my opinion. I did like Mulan. It was a little different from the story, which is cool. But like, I don't know. I like the live action.
I'll get to how I feel about the Mulan live action a little later.
Have you talked about that one yet at all? Or
it's about to be heard tonight.
We gonna talk about that Mulan live action too. But if you've seen the Jungle Book cartoon, and we're good, because that's one of my favorite Disney movies ever. Because it's just a good time. Like,
is that your favorite, or is that one of them?
One of my favorites. I mean, the plot is just so simple. I'm trying to get this kid to the man village, and hijinks happen along the way. But it's just a fun time.
It is. Like, that's the world you want to join into.
Like, it really is. But no, that was pretty much. I mean, there's some other movies that happened in between, you know, like your Rescuers and your Black Cauldrons and stuff like that. I'm not too worried about that.
Rescuers wasn't that bad though. I ain't gonna hold you. Rescue wasn't that bad, but it did have its moments in the beginning when I was like, wait a minute, what's going on?
It came out during the time when Disney wasn't making a lot of money.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know, when they were struggling. To be fair, so did the Aristocats and some of those other movies. You know, they didn't really hit their stride again until the Little Mermaid. Well, technically, with Who Framed Roger Rabbit, it actually came out a year before the Little Mermaid, and that was when they just truly started making money again. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is one of my favorite movies. Period. By the way,
I need to know what number one is.
Number one? You want to know what my favorite Disney movie is?
Yes.
A movie that teaches you life lessons. Probably stuff that you need to know.
Talk about it. Come on.
A movie that we learned.
Come on.
That everything the light touches.
Come on. Let them know.
Is our kingdom.
Go, yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Because you see, just together, we have this balance. And as king, you need to understand this balance.
So you love me some Lion King.
But you can go through everything from the taller ant to the leaping antelope. Don't we eat antelope? Yes, Simba, but let me explain. See, when we die, our bodies become the grass. And the antelope eat the grass.
Eat the grass.
So we're all connected. in the great circle of life.
Circle of life.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. That's what I was looking at. I was like, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes, Lion King. Lion King's definitely a good movie. Definitely in my top 10 for Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You said top 10, not top 5. So yeah, I'm kind of wondering about that one.
I mean, it's up there. It's up there.
You're kind of getting ahead of yourself because I'm actually glad you said that because we're getting close to the top of the hour, and so I'm kind of done filling you out now. So,
that said a lot right there.
To start discussing some Disney movies in detail, but we're gonna break them down because we're gonna discuss these movies in detail on a game we like to do on here quite a bit called One Has to Go.
Okay. Oh my gosh, this is hard. Okay, I already know it's gonna be hard, but go ahead, I'm ready.
Is it? Because everybody's opinions are different.
Oh, okay, so we're all picking One Has to Go like collectively. Okay, cool.
You
we're doing this.
You can come away from this. You're the guest. If anything, you gotta pick first.
Okay.
Bella, you okay? You okay?
Let's start with
So
the
One
big
Has
three.
to Go.
Let's start with the big three.
Honestly,
Goodbye,
it's really
Sleeping
not.
Beauty.
So the crazy part is it's not hard for me to pick which two I want to go. Well, which one I would want to go. It's hard to pick which one of the two that I has to go because I'll keep Cinderella.
Goodbye, Sleeping Beauty. Ain't even close.
He said it ain't even
It's
close.
between Sleeping Beauty and Snow White. I'd agree with Sleeping Beauty.
Of course. That's like the most, like when you look at everything else, you gotta think about it. The dwarves made the Snow White, all right?
Hold on a second. It looks familiar. I don't remember. Nice shirt. Who has a nice shirt? You talking about my Rescue Ranger shirt?
Yeah, you.
Oh, you talking about what they got going on?
you the only one with the Rescue Ranger shirt on.
Yeah, I have an anime t-shirt.
You know what I mean?
I was trying to be cozy.
That's what you were saying, sir.
I would say the reason Snow White has become one of those things for me personally is literally because of the dwarves. Like the dwarves literally made it for me personally, and even though the concept was dumb and asshole backwards, but at the same time, I kind of understood the purpose of Snow White and why did she become running away. The queen was just mad because she just looks better than her, which was all right. But it was like, all right, you feel me? But you know what really, like, Snow White has less things that I don't complain about than Sleeping Beauty, because Sleeping Beauty has so many things I complain about, and it only has that one iconic scene when they make it pink and blue. That's the only iconic scene I can really like about everything else. But everything else about that shit, it was so stupid. Like the fact that she walked into that goddamn near, it was just like, come on, bitch. It was like, come on, bitch. Come on, bitch. Come on. Yeah, that was just that's comic based now. Like, you really see me, you're just gonna walk into a pinwheel rotating, and you're just like, Nah, I know Snow White done something dumb by taking an apple from a complete stranger, but this bitch
That's why I was picking between the two. I was like,
It's like one took a complete stranger, but the other one just ran into a pinwheel, which is way more dumber than the other. It's just like, you obviously know this is dark magic. It's green. It's literally green when you look at it. Why are you touching it? Why are we doing that? Whatever. But I think the only thing I think about two things about Sleeping Beauty is really good is the pink and blue. That was good. And probably the only thing that everybody else loved talking about it is Maleficent fight scene, because every single time you see a show about Sleeping Beauty, who they talk about more? Maleficent now. It ain't even about Sleeping Beauty. They talk about Maleficent more than any other fucking character. So that's why I would just
people don't even know Sleeping Beauty's name. Aurora. They think her name is Sleeping Beauty.
Like, bruh. And that's my thing. Cinderella, I'm keeping Cinderella because I ain't gonna hold you. Cinderella has like a good little spot in my heart. It has a good little spot in my heart, but I like
even the sequels too. The sequel, and I like Twist in Time. It's not bad.
Like, Cinderella was cool, but I know for a fact that this shit is gonna be good, because when he answers, it's gonna be good. Go for it, because you already know my Sleeping Beauty can go, but like.
You went through detail, though, of all the movies. I want her to go through some details about these movies. We know Sleeping Beauty can go, but talk to us about these movies, your experiences, stuff you like, maybe don't like.
I did not for Cinderella, I love Cinderella. I love the music on Cinderella, so that was a keep for that. Like, even like when she's like when I'm cleaning. Sing, sweet nightingale, sing, sweet nightingale. I'm like, oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, she sings too, by the way, guys.
And then for Sleeping Beauty, okay, I'm kind of going to go off a little bit on the side because have you played Kingdom Hearts before, right?
Of course, favorite
This
game
is what we're
ever.
here for.
Same,
Come on.
same. It's
It's
my
my favorite
favorite.
game
Okay.
ever. Come on.
She had to set. Tara was set up for an L with Aurora. That's all I'm gonna say because that was a setup right there. That's what made her have to go for me because that was a setup for him. He didn't even have to go out like that. That was a setup for him stealing her heart. Like she already went to sleep. He didn't do nothing. She did that on her own accord. So anyway, that was like a solidifying, but made me decide between the two. I was like, yeah, now she can go. Snow White. It's just older. It's just very much older, I guess. Like it's not a bad movie, like you said. The dwarves kind of carried it, and then when you play it on Birth by Sleep too, like it's so much fun to even get to interact with the dwarves, and they really carried the movie for sure. But you don't really like. It's not really appealing to me like that. I'm not gonna lie. It's not really appealing to me. Cinderella keeps me like I love the music on there. I love the story. Even on Birth by Sleep, the story's really cool. Like if you haven't watched the movie, of course. But like yeah, that's my go. Sleeping Beauty can go.
Okay. Snow White is the first Disney animated movie, and it is actually my favorite of the big three.
Right.
Not because it's the first. Like, I don't know if people understand. He's already said it, but like the levels of how the dwarves truly carry that movie.
They carry that guy.
Like, them dwarves alone are like a better movie than a lot of other movies out there. Like they meant that much to me growing up. Like, I ho, I ho.
I don't have enough bass.
But they introduced them, I was like,
like Grumpy is just so like,
oh yeah,
he's so like, especially the way they jumped him when they had to go outside and wash. When he's talking, man, I thought y'all ain't gonna make me wash.
I'm happy to go in there. They literally jump and dogpiled him just to force him, and it scrubs his bald head, bro. Come on, man. We rub it on your face, and you're rubbing on your face and go.
Which I also did a parody video of, by the way. I won't describe what I did, but you guys should go seek that out.
Definitely.
But no, it's just the dwarves make that movie. Yes, there are some things, and I'll get into it deeper later because we do have a topic about Disney villains later. But Evil Queen is just, he already said it again, a freaking apple. Like, you want this woman gone. Okay, first you send somebody else to do it. And, you know, a lot of bosses do that. So whatever, you send somebody else to do it. They come back, they lie, they couldn't go through it, they're soft. Whatever. You know, but then when you say, all right, I want this woman gone, I'm going to take matters into my own hands. And your idea of maybe just, first of all, your magic, why don't you just appear at the house behind her and kind of, but, you know, whatever. I'm just going to, and when you make the apple, you read the fine print that was like, oh, wait, love's first kiss can break this up? Nah, it'll be fine. And you go with the plan anyway?
But you sat there, saw this goddamn girl, this prince come in, I'm wishing I was more. I'm like,
and we also got to think about the fact that we can never forget the fact that the only reason that she wants the Snow White gone is because she's prettier than her.
Oh my God.
Because a mirror told you that she's prettier than you. Like, it is the ultimate, like, self-conscious, jealous, shallow thing to do, to be like, oh, this you know what? Nah. Somebody do something with that. Yeah, like I've always said, that would be like a mirror telling like a king that's like, oh yeah, that prince over there, yeah, he's got a bigger dick. Oh, what? He what? Nah, we can't have that. You know, so it's like the whole reason is like, you know, there's plenty of things you can do. You can use your magic to make Snow White ugly. Like, yeah, there's plenty of things you could have done. But no, that's what I'm going to go with. But the biggest thing that always troubles me about that is that there is no hero in Snow White. Nobody defeated Evil Queen. She died by Mother Nature. She went up to the top of a cliff, lightning struck it, and down she went. Nobody had to do anything. So, you know.
That long ass scream.
But the dwarves, they still make it for me, even though that's just a thing. Snow White is just so nice, though. Like, man, maybe even a little too nice. And she's a manipulator, too. The way she was having those animals do all that work.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, though. If I had the power to make animals, hey, hold on.
That's called innovation.
Hold on. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I can have the animals come and do that,
But I can talk to animals? Look at all the slaves I have.
Go ahead, wash my dishes. Go ahead, scrub those things. You know what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do. You saw that house? How nasty that little house
Morocco,
was.
the evil queen.
No, facts.
Man, freaking Zeus killed the evil queen. The lightning came freaking down. I'm just saying, no,
Hercules crossover
actually
before we
did
even knew it.
anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, but no, that's the whole thing about her. Like, she manipulated those animals to just do all the cleaning. It's all, you go get on the dwarves for not cleaning, and then you don't really clean. You pick up a broom and you just kind of move it around a little bit. You know, you got all of them doing all the hard work. And, you know, your whole thing was, if you let me stay, I will cook it, I will clean it. No, you're going to have the animals do all of that stuff for you. They should be staying in the house.
I like animals, though. Get them out of there. They don't fuck with animals like that. Until the end. To the end.
Sleeping Beauty, on the other hand, we've talked about this. This all could have been avoided if they had just invited her to the party. Just tell you, just add Maleficent to the guest list. None of this
How do you
happened.
guys feel about the live action Maleficent? Well, Maleficent,
Like,
I guess this is not about that one.
I don't even care if you thought she was a bitch or what it is. Y'all know that woman got powers. There's this thing that's called tread lightly. Did you ever think that maybe that's the one you don't want to piss off?
Yeah.
Invite her to the party. You ain't gotta just be cordial.
Let me be honest. Even if they didn't invite her to the party, do you still think she still wouldn't pop up? I think she still would have popped up. I'm like, oh, so you didn't invite me? Huh?
But you saw her though. She popped up and was like, you know, I just assumed my invitation must have got lost in the mail. Like, I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be here. And when they were like, no, you aren't here because you're not wanted, you saw the look on her face like, oh, so y'all don't want me here. All right then, Maleficent out. But before I leave, curse. Teach me not to invite me to no parties.
That's okay. I'm telling you, bro. But you gotta answer the question.
And Sleeping Beauty, Maleficent. Everybody talks about that epic fight scene, but the fight scene was basically a dragon. They gave magic to his sword. He threw it. The end.
Hell nah, he was struggling. Nah. He was struggling a little bit. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. Nah, I ain't gonna do Melissa like that. Nah.
That was his only real offensive move, or at least the one that landed. He
Maleficent was
tried to
putting
go
work
after
on
it.
him. Maleficent was putting a lot of work on Prince Charming, all right?
Yeah.
She was putting work on him. That man just had, like you said, just magical shield and a sword. It was just like, if that wasn't there, he would have been burned crispy like a piece of bacon.
Hey, look, with this magic, you throw that thing. You know
like,
what?
But he was just like, my man straight did an Olympics, bro.
No, look, Aladdin had a better fight with Snake Jafar than he had with Maleficent. I'm sorry.
Oh,
but you know what? It is what it is. This movie in the middle. This man has accused me of not liking this movie at all.
Have you not heard how this man talks about Cinderella? Oh my God.
I have not. I'm going to hear.
Oh my God. That's why I said, here we go. Here we go. Come on. Speak your mind.
You know, I don't talk about the entire movie. That's his whole thing. I just kind of talk about where things go.
Don't let him fool you. Don't let him fool you. No, we're not doing that. Don't you let him fool you.
You know what?
Don't you not let this man
As time went on, I've kind of altered a few things about the way I feel about certain people. Because there are some things that kind of make a little bit more sense to me now than I used to even say last year. See, I can grow. I can grow.
There's nothing wrong growing.
It's nothing wrong with growing.
But
that still doesn't change the fact that at the end, when it was time for Cinderella to go to the ball,
I was waiting on
you see at first.
There it is.
I used to be so hard on that bippity boppity bitch.
Yeah,
that's the fairy godmother.
There it is. Come on.
But one of my gripes, I don't have a gripe anymore because my whole thing was, where have you been this whole time? Why do you choose just now to finally come help this woman? That used to be my biggest thing, but you know what? I've grown. You want to know why I've grown? Because of other things that have come out since then. Stuff like Fairly Odd Parents actually helped me grow. Because they helped me realize, Fairly Odd Parents actually helped me realize, you know what? Maybe the reason that girl didn't show up until just now was because even though Cinderella was going through a lot of hardship, she always did it with a smile on her face. But that was the moment she hit rock bottom. And what are they always saying like Fairly Odd Parents? Like, we assign fairy godparents to the most miserable people. And Cinderella always took it in stride up until that night they ripped that dress. And it just all came pouring out. So I will give you that maybe it is a thing that just now this woman has to come out and be like, I'm going to help you.
But.
However.
There it is. But.
That still does not change the fact that your whole thing is you want to go give this woman a good time. This ball has already been going. It's already been oncoming. You give her a 12 o'clock curfew. We've all gone to cons and we've gone to these after parties. It's dang near midnight before we even show up half the time.
That's facts. I ain't gonna lie. That's facts. That's facts.
So you gonna give this woman a 12 o'clock curfew? Does your magic not switch over days? Like, is that what it is? Like, can you not? Like, how powerful are you? Like, I don't get it. And then you just, by the way, non-consensually, by the way, turned her mice into horses. Cinderella already had a horse. You didn't have to morph anyone. One of them ran.
No, what killed me though was why did you turn the horse into the coachman?
Into a dude.
Why did you make the horse into the horse? And turn the dog into the coach. Turn the dog into the horse.
You turned mice into horses, even though you already had a horse, and then you turned the horse into a whole human being. It's like, didn't ask if they wanted this to be done. Some of them seemed like they were with it, but you don't know. Nah, she was just gonna do it anyway. You know, so it's like, I'm just gonna do this, whether they like it or not. 12 o'clock curfew. But it doesn't matter because the magic didn't all go away because 2 slippers got left behind.
Here we go.
How does everything else go away? But these slippers get to stay.
Here we go.
And these glass slippers. I have always had, and I've asked on my videos in the past, one simple question that I've always wanted to know about Cinderella and her happily ever after. And I'm going to ask it to you right now.
Here we go.
If Cinderella's foot is the perfect fit, then why the hell does her glass slipper keep falling off?
Well, maybe she was nervous and it slid off. You know what I'm saying? The sweats. I don't know. You know? Or she probably over more. I'm not gonna say she over moisturized. She could have been. She's running. She's sweating. She's panting. You know, she's trying to hurry up and get out of here because she doesn't want the prince to find out that lose all the magic and she's not this person that he's seeing right now. She's trying to get back out of there. She's running, getting out, trying to leave, and then the foot slips off because her foot is slippery. It's like a ring. They say you have to get oil on it if it gets stuck, and then it slides right off. Her feet probably got slippery, and one just came off.
One foot?
Yeah, just one foot.
Okay, then how come when they got married and she was going down the stairs, that same slipper came off again?
Oh, here we go.
Think about this. When you just get married, are you not nervous running down, trying to hurry up and get out of there again too? Slippy.
The same one?
Slippers.
Sounds like the fairy godmother, that bippity boppity bitch that she is, did not make the perfect size for her foot. It was a size too big, which means if they were going by their rules, when they were going around to find a woman that fits the shoe, if they had put it on her foot, it would have fell right off. And then they'd been like, well, I guess it can't be you because this shoe doesn't fit. The only reason they chose Cinderella was because the shoe that fell off, you know, Lady Tremaine actually broke that glass slipper. And then, you know, Cinderella goes, no, that's okay. No, you're fine. I have the other one. Here's my question. There could be plenty of glass slippers around. How you know that's the other one? Why would you take this woman's word for it? She could be lying her ass off. And it's like, oh, let me take this one and put this on your foot. Of course that's going to fit her foot. She literally in her house pulled out a shoe and said, here you go. And you think it wasn't going to fit?
But during that time, as many people as the prince danced with at that night, you're not seeing anybody else dancing around in no glass slippers. They got on these regular shoes. And then on top of that, there's detail on top of Cinderella's shoe that sparkles out and it looks like magic. So there's no. I haven't seen it. You don't see any other shoe in the movie that has magic sprouting out from the top of the shoe. Like it's so magical. It's sparkling magic. Like so, if he's pulling out, it's like I have the other slipper. Shoot, I just saw one magical shoe. Now I got two magical shoes. Like, okay, that's the other magical shoe. So this it has to be the magical shoe that fits on this girl. This is the girl. That's that girl. And she kind of looked at me. Come on, now. He looked at her tonight. I'm sure he knew that this kind of looked a little familiar.
Should have the fairy godmother
Exactly.
must have put on Cinderella's face for people not to recognize that's her. Like everybody, who is that girl out there? Nobody recognizes her. Like, and this ain't even no Clark Kent Superman thing. She didn't like have on glasses and then took off her glasses. No, that's just her face. So it's like, what did you do to this woman's face that this dude danced with her all night? And you don't know who this woman is. You could go door to door. By the way, when she tried to run up and go get her shoe and it fell off, the Duke clearly was right there in front of you. You didn't walk in, look at her and go, oh no, that's her right there. I looked at her dead in her face when she tried to come get that shoe.
What if that's part of the magic too?
Been so dark that apparently he must have not seen his face. The Duke must be very blind. Let's call it what it is. The Duke, he just took her word for it because at that point it was like, you know what? I can't go back to this castle without a woman because the king then already threatened my life if I don't come back. Like that's how bad the king wanted grandkids. He told us like, you better find a woman. At first he was like, you let her get away? Basically saying you should have kidnapped that girl. Why you let her go home?
It could have been. Like, it could have been the magic too, though. It could have been the magic that also made it to where the prince couldn't recognize her in that moment.
Yeah, it was good, y'all.
Seeing is always believing.
Seeing is always believing.
It was the choker. Yeah. They couldn't recognize it. Oh, because she had the choker on. That was the difference. So it's not glasses this time.
Sorry, wrong wording.
It's like, no, this dude was like, look, man, I can't go back to this castle without a woman. So if you say that's the other shoe, for the sake of my life, I'm just going to believe you. I'm going to take your word for it. You know what? Let's go.
Nah, because he was taking it back when the shoe was like over here on the other girl, and they were like, hold on now. Like, it's not, I don't think it was about him just taking whatever, because if that's the case, he would have took one of them stepsisters.
You know how all of that could have been solved at the ball? Hello, kind sir. My name is Cinderella. Let's dance.
So you clearly see who he's getting rid of, right?
Yep.
My name is Cinderella. When he was running, wait, I don't even know your name. It's Cinderella. You see how easy that is? I get it. They have cell phones and nothing back. It doesn't matter anyway because, like, you just met this woman, and it ain't like the original book where at least there were 3 nights of the ball. You know, at least it was one night. You got married. I imagine the marriage probably lasted about 6 months. They probably got a divorce after they realized they have nothing in common. But it's okay. It's okay. Because you didn't say a name. Apparently, y'all don't know what a woman looks like in the dark. Apparently, you must have been looking down at your feet all night. I don't know how you don't know this woman right in front of you. You ran because your magic can't cross time. And you didn't make one of the shoes the right size, so it kept falling off. So if it fell off and you tried to get her out of there before it broke, you would have been stuck. And this king, man, like, dude, you got to ease up on the grandkid talk, bro.
You see how much he went into Cinderella, but when it came to the other two, it was so light and sweet. But the Cinderella, he just went in. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And so you tell me right now, does that sound like hate he's regenerating or what? What to you?
It sounds like he has some quarrels with Cinderella for sure. But honestly, if I'm being quite frank with you, they definitely are justifiable. But you got to understand that, like, it's the magic. Ultimately, it's the magic, and that's what.
That sounds like some power of friendship bullshit right there.
Don't get me fucking started. Don't get me fucking started on that shit.
Another one of your husbandos just popped in. Yeah.
What's up, Siri? What's up?
And Cosmos.
And Cosmos.
2 of your husbandos.
2 of them is crazy.
Now here's the thing. With all that being said, I still get rid of Sleeping Beauty.
Well, you did say that in the beginning, though. You did say Sleeping Beauty would come, and you said you put aside your differences.
No, I said Snow White was my favorite out of the 3.
Remember, we're all saying like you two both said Sleeping Beauty.
No, I actually never said Sleeping Beauty at all.
You didn't say Sleeping Beauty?
No, I hadn't picked. But no, Sleeping Beauty for me goes because at the end of the day, I do have my quarrels with Cinderella, and they are some big quarrels. But I do like the rats. They're hilarious.
I knew that.
When it comes to a magical Disney movie, it doesn't really get better than Cinderella with the way that they did things. Maybe that and like Fantasia, when it comes to like the way the magic is done. And at the end of the day, I just don't think Sleeping Beauty is a very good movie.
Agreed.
Oh.
It's not one of my favorites at all.
We're all
Rack
agreeing
City.
that this Sleeping Beauty can definitely go. Say less.
Like I just don't like. I've seen it obviously plenty of times, but it's just if I never see Sleeping Beauty again, I'll be fine.
All of them can go. Cosmos.
Oh, you swinging.
Cosmo said all of them can go. He don't like them princess movies.
You're swinging.
Right, Cosmo, we got a new set here now.
You're swinging.
Oh, some of my peoples came in. Let me make sure I say hi. Hi, Queen. Hi, Forever Boy. Hi, Ty. Hi, Shy. Thank you guys for coming through.
My man.
Bring me the one with Brandy. We can keep that. Yeah, technically the first Black Disney princess.
Yes, I love that one. Actually,
because Princess Tiana was a frog for like 80% of the movie, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's how I feel about that for sure. But I am biased to Brandy and Cinderella though. Regis and Hammerstein Cinderella, just because of Whitney Houston.
Miss Kris, we do have a new set of movies up here.
Okay.
Mulan and Tarzan is crazy, bro. Those two. Aladdin's staying. They ain't going nowhere.
Oh, Tarzan has to stay because that soundtrack.
I knew he was about to say that. I feel like everybody goes with the Tarzan soundtrack.
Everybody goes to that soundtrack.
They go to the soundtrack every time.
He was in his bag, but like
Collins.
I would say, but the action in Tarzan is way more than Mulan. I could definitely say that. There's way more action in Tarzan than it is.
That's a really hard decision for me, to be honest.
That's why I said Aladdin. Aladdin is staying, but the other two is just something we just gotta.
Let's talk about it.
It's like Mulan, but it's like I know Tarzan had it, but you can't sleep on Mulan either because Mulan got the soundtracks too. Like especially they were just like, what do we want? A girl worth fighting for? Like nah. Like, don't do
I was gonna say Aladdin can go, by the way. He's either trolling or he's dead serious about this.
Or you talking about my favorite freaking song on Mulan, to make a man out of you. It's literally, she had to work to be a soldier. Like, we're talking about two iconic scenes here. Like, oh.
And can we talk about Mushu's Komugi?
And then Mulan has Eddie Murphy, bro.
Yeah.
I live. Like, come on! It's too good.
With the rice porridge on there?
Oh my god! But Tarzan has the emotional in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Then you have him chasing or beating up a damn jaguar, and him trying to be cool with the damn apes and shit. You know
that was cool though. The way he got revenge on him though. So
like it was like
Tarzan got to go. That's crazy.
Tarzan is hard to let go. Even Mulan.
That's what I'm saying. This is a very problematic list.
That's a good one. But like I said, Aladdin ain't going nowhere.
Bye Tarzan. Bye Ty. Bye Ty. Bye.
Mulan. Tarzan.
Right. He ain't got to do Ty like that.
I'm sorry. I love you, Ty.
I feel like y'all sleeping on Tarzan just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I told myself if I ever had a son, I will be singing Son of Man to him.
Son of a man. Can you call it?
Well, I'm going to dive into something real quick since you guys have something to think about, because I told you that I would dive deep into Mulan's live action a little bit. This is a perfect time to do it. Like he said, and we go to all these cons and stuff, I'll Make a Man Out of You gets played everywhere. It is like the song. That's like top 10 Disney songs.
Besides the fucking Reflection, because I said it on their
Reflection is very, very good.
Top.
But my issue with Mulan is because of what Mulan is all about. Mulan is a story of a woman who was not very good at things, didn't want to bring shame to her family, but because she didn't want her dad to go out to war, she goes in his place even though she's not skilled at anything, the whole point is, yes, she's weak, but she's gonna work hard, and I'm gonna infiltrate this thing, and people are gonna have to learn. Just like, hey, yes, she's a woman. Yeah, we got these rules, but look how hard she worked. Like throughout that entire "I'll Make a Man Out of You" song, you saw her progression from weak little girl to I'm gonna work hard and become just as strong, if not stronger, than all of these dudes. And that's like at the core of its essence of showing it. See, look what can happen if you work hard enough. And to me, that's always been the essence of what Mulan is about. The movie to me took all of that away by making her a prodigy. And it's like, no, she's just always been good. And that's always been one of my biggest issues with that movie. Like, I feel like it took the struggle away. And it was just kind of like, you know what? I mean, I get why some people, especially like younger people, will, because, girl power. Not there's anything too much wrong with that, but it's just, I feel like the struggle for me is what made me emotionally invested in a movie. And it's not the only movie that does that. There's another movie that I have a little issue like that as well. But for Mulan, and of course the lack of Mushu, like there's no comedy in it. I know it's not meant to be a comedy, so I'm kind of okay.
Hey, say that to my face, you lip noodle.
I'm sorry, man. Mulan is just one of my favorites. It's so underrated, and it's just Eddie Murphy's performance is just top notch, bro.
Definitely.
Like,
get out of there, you'll get people sick.
I'm gonna hate this because they're both so fucking good. Because Tarzan has too many action scenes, way more action scenes than Mulan, way more. People coming in, taking the gorillas that he had to face his own chief leader, the jaguar fight that he had to do. We got to talk about him meeting the elephants, and let's not forget the soundtrack they had going on there when they first saw the camp base. But like like that one, that was really good. It's just, it's like
I'm actually not that big a fan of that song.
I think one has more dedicated of a story than it is with Tarzan, because Tarzan was just a man who just lost, and a person come in and teaches him how to become more human, versus Mulan actually has like a piece of a story that actually has a meaning to it. Like Tarzan doesn't really have that much of a meaning to it.
Oh, my mom's in here. Say hi to my mom, guys.
Yes, Mulan was a prodigy, by the way. Hey, Kris's mom.
Respectfully though, I'm gonna have to let Tarzan go. I'm gonna keep Mulan.
Okay, let me think
Respectfully, I'm gonna keep Mulan. Tarzan.
I have to break it down. As I break it down, then I can make a decision. I'm talking
Go
to
ahead.
myself.
That's what we're here for.
Okay, so Aladdin definitely has to stay for sure. And
Robin Williams,
Robin, I was about to say, like
the goat. You cannot let Robin Williams go, especially Genie. He played he played that role. He
That's he killed that. That, and I just love Aladdin in general. It's hard to pick between Tarzan and Mulan because really, like, I love Mulan just for Reflection, like one of my favorite songs.
You hum that.
Especially for like, for a lot of young girls, like, you know what I mean? Like really resonated with that particular scene. And me for myself, I have nothing but brothers. So like it's always like, expected of you to be like, feminine and things like that. And that's just not, that has never really been me, to be a super feminine person or anything like that. Like, I've always, embraced my masculinity that I also have from having so many male siblings. So it's really hard to pick between the two. And I just simply love Tarzan just for the simple fact, one, of course, but just the storyline alone. Like from the beginning, when she first found him, like just everything about it is just a really, this is a hard pick. Like, ooh, you know what you're doing here, bestie, and this is why I love you.
Oh gosh.
All right, so I'm going to start breaking stuff down while you think about it, because it looks like it's going to take you a minute. I'm with both of you guys on Aladdin. I mean, like, I can go further than Robin Williams at the Genie, though, man. It's just like, it's one of the few movies where even early on, how I always feel, it's an old trope, so I don't jump on it too much, about two people meet each other for the first time, and all of a sudden they think they belong together. But from the moment Aladdin and Jasmine met, you just saw their chemistry. Like, from from the moment that he ran into her and was finna get her out of trouble, and the way that this princess was just so quick to be able to just play along with it. Oh, why, Sultan?
How may I serve you?
Like, oh, come on, let's go see the doctor. Why, hello, doctor. How are
Doctor,
you?
how are you? Not that one.
Come on, Sultan.
And when they went up in the, because of course Aladdin, meet a girl for the first time, he took her up to his place. We knew his intentions were. But anyway, it's like, he goes up there and he talked. He almost closed the deal. Two of Razoo and them didn't show up. But they were feeling it because they kind of had similar things. They both felt trapped in their own worlds, and it's just the story of that. And just how well she clicked with him so much that it was like, you could already see it. There's like, yeah, those two love each other. And I gotta go. I love each of these movies for specific reasons. The struggle is real. All right, Andrea, I'm so glad you came through, though. Always a pleasure for you to slide through.
I don't mean to be that person tonight, but I'm going to have to leave because I have a huge fever and I just almost threw up 5 times on camera. So I'm going to have to lay down so I can be able to do that because it was like I'm trying to tough it out as much, but this fever is really kicking my ass and I can't. I can't really stay up on I want
It's
to.
fine, sir. We can definitely take it from here if you got to go through that.
I'm gonna have to take some medicine later down because I literally almost threw up on camera. But Ms. Vixen, it was such a beautiful honor to meet you. I apologize I couldn't be here longer than I was supposed to because I was really looking forward to this until the fever hit me today. I was not expecting the fever today. I don't even get sick. This is the first time I've been sick in years. Like I ain't get sick in years. This is the first time I got sick. So I am going to lay down and get this flu out of my body so I can be better tomorrow. You guys, please enjoy the freaking show. Enjoy everything y'all have. You feel me? And you're going to have to do the closing. You're going to have to close it right. You're going to have to close it right, sir. You're going to have to do it. You're going to have to close this show right. Ms. Vixen, thank you for taking your time to come to the podcast and really talking. It was such amazing talking to you. I got to talk to you more.
Yes.
But I have to. Let me get 100%. And then when I get 100%, I'll be back in better. But right now, I am on 20. And there it is. Let me get over here. You guys have a wonderful night on the podcast, yo.
Get well soon and get some rest, please. And drink some ginger tea to help settle your stomach.
I will. I got a lot of stuff to settle my stomach. But y'all have a good night.
All right, sweet dreams.
Yes, sir. Give me 1 second. We're just finishing something up over here on this side.
Okay.
All right, so I got that there. So that'll sit right there. But anyway, what I was saying about Aladdin, like I said, I love their chemistry. And even though she just met him, she remembered so much from him that it was easy for her to piece down who Prince Ali really was. And it wasn't just because of that "trust me" line.
Right.
Of course that did it. Like, first of all, you looked at this dude dead in his face. Again, just like Cinderella. I would like to think that the second you saw him, you should have known who that was. But again, I guess the hat is kind of playing like Clark Kent. I don't know.
She did say he looked familiar.
She did. But
he was the only one that caught on. That was him.
He was like, do you trust me? But then the dude is like flying on the carpet, just his mannerisms, his moves. He even does the freaking apple thing while they're on the carpet. It's like, you're just doing, and she's just picking up on all of this like, okay. Hey, I'm going to trick him real quick. It's a shame. Who had to miss this?
He was like a fireworks. He was like, so you are going to the marketplace.
It's like she didn't think I would figure it out. Like the second she saw you, she was already suspecting something.
Anytime I watch Aladdin and it gets to that part, I get such bad secondhand embarrassment for him. I'm just like, oh my god, no, my god, you're falling into her trap.
And then all he had to do it first of all, bro, she already loved you. She already loved you. All you had to do was tell her the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem.
Honest.
Here's the problem with the truth, though. Why is it the truth? Why is it what he's saying is a lie? And this is where I got to get on the genie real quick. Mm-hmm. He wished for the genie to make him a prince. So why is now the genie saying, tell her you're not really a prince? Did your wish not work? If you're supposed to be a prince, how is it not a lie? You just dressed this dude up to be a prince. See, I've always had this theory that the genie only granted Aladdin one wish, and it was for himself. When you go through a bunch of genie lore in all different stories, they always talk about how genies are notorious tricksters. Mm-hmm. How they're going to do whatever it is they got to do to help their own situation. Well, Genie wanted to be free. Well, he said, and Aladdin actually made the deal with him, which fair enough, Aladdin did trick him out of one thing to get him out of that cave. But after that, he's like, when I make my first 2 wishes, I promise you, I will set you free. And Genie's like, oh, bet. Only got to grant you 2 and I'm finally out of here? Okay, what's your first wish? I wish to make me a prince. All right, I'm going to give you some clothes, but you're not really a prince, though. Because, you know, it wouldn't be a lie if you were. So he really didn't grant him that first wish. So wish number 1 didn't really happen. Wish number 2 is like he said about getting out of that cavern. Mm-hmm. Aladdin was passing out. He never made that wish to get his life saved. Mm-hmm. That's the second wish that he granted that Aladdin never actually made. He didn't make him a prince, and Aladdin never wished to have his life saved.
And
so when Genie came in the next day talking about, you said you would free me after 2 wishes, you haven't granted him any wishes.
And then in the end, he was like, well, he's like, just didn't say it. He's like, you'll be a prince again. But why do you have to become a prince again if you already made him a prince? Why does he have to re-wish to be a prince?
All Jafar did was poof clothes off of him, just like all Genie did was poof clothes onto him. He never actually granted any wish. So that's why I said at the end of that movie, Aladdin still had 3 wishes.
I love the way you're breaking this down.
You know, because like I said, and the only reason he saved Aladdin's life was because that was his current master. And had he not saved his life, he's the only person that ever promised he'd free you. You got to save him. For yourself. I'm just saying. Genies are tricksters.
They are. They are.
But with that being said, I absolutely love Aladdin. It was one of my favorite movies
of all time. What do you think about the live action one? I got time, so I want to hear.
I'm sorry. It has some big shoes to fill. I get that they even tried to, you know, you pay a lot of money for Will Smith, you decide, you know what, we're going to do a little extra in this movie that's unnecessary because we have Will Smith. So, you know what, we're going to give him a love interest. And, you know, it's like, you know, we got Will Smith, we got to use him. I'm sorry. Like, Will Smith is a funny dude, but there's a difference between a funny dude and a comedian. Mm-hmm. And, like, Robin Williams was big shoes to fill, and I don't think Will Smith filled them. But to be fair, neither did your boy in Return of Jafar. Those were big shoes to fill. He did a decent job in Return of Jafar and the Aladdin TV series. I used to watch that as a kid. Mm-hmm. But it was a decent job. But whenever you watch it, like watch Return of Jafar, as much as I like that movie as well, all I hear when I see the genie is Homer Simpson cosplaying as Robin Williams.
I personally like King of Thieves better.
Well, no, when Robin Williams came back. So, you know, and they finally tied up the story of, so where is his father? Like, they you know, he always thought his parents were gone. So at least they gave him a mom back, you know, a dad back. They didn't give him a mom back, but at least they gave him a dad back. And then it's like, of course he's a criminal, considering how Aladdin grew up. You know, not just a criminal. Although, when that movie came out, that did kind of second guess another thing, but the genie probably should have said something then. Because it's like semantics. Again, genies are tricksters. You got to have certain words. I wish for you to make me a prince. Later on, we find out that his dad is the king of thieves. So technically, I guess that would make you the prince of thieves.
Prince of thieves. Yeah, technically, he's already a prince. Yeah, that's crazy. Wow.
You know, even though it's not real royalty, don't get me wrong, but still.
Yeah, but it's a title.
Yeah, it would have just been funny if he'd have been like, oh yeah, actually I can't grant you that wish to be a prince because technically you're already a prince. And he'd have been like, wait, what? But no, like I said, he didn't know that. He just didn't want to grant this man his wish. But no, I like King of Thieves. Like, Robin Williams did his thing. Have you ever seen the video of like Robin Williams just in the studio just improvising for like 10 minutes?
He gets so into it. Yes, he's like, yeah.
All this dialogue that just never made it into the movie. Because they said they had to work hard because like 90% of his dialogue was improv. So they had to like take his energy and then animate it. And it was just like, okay, what do we keep? What I would not have wanted to be the person to decide what we kept from those live sessions from Robin Williams.
He was so amazing.
But now, Mulan, Same thing. You go from one comedian to another. Freaking Eddie Murphy.
That's
And
why it's a hard decision.
he's just freaking amazing. And the music in Mulan is freaking fantastic. And like I said, I enjoy the story of her struggles. And she shows you that, look, you don't have to be a dude to come out here doing this thing. It's like, you know what, with enough hard work and enough dedication, you can be anything you want to be. Which is why I said I kind of was down on live action a little bit. But for me, because I know you didn't fully make your answer yet, I'm going to go ahead and make mine, and then you can make yours. I'm not going to dive too deep into Tarzan. I'm just going to say Tarzan has to go. I get the music, but I have never, like, I don't hate Tarzan, but it's also not top 10 for me. It's not one of my favorite movies. I get why it's some other people's. There's another movie, by the way, we're going to be talking about a little later that a lot of people put up here, and I put down here somewhere.
I thought it's Little Mermaid.
It's not Little Mermaid. You don't got to worry. You don't have to worry about that. So, go for me, Tarzan can go.
Okay. And I was thinking as well, the same as you, but only for the simple fact I feel like for Aladdin and Mulan, I have more of a connection to the storyline. I feel like I have more of a connection to the music in Tarzan. It has a great story as well, but like as far as like an emotional or being younger, having a type of connection, like I feel like I have more of a connection with Aladdin and Mulan than I did with Tarzan. But I just love the music so much. I love music, so you know, it's just like
Also think it's fitting for Aladdin because the whole story of Aladdin is just tell the truth and be yourself. But Aladdin, just like a genie, is a notorious trickster. So I've always found it so fitting that in the end, Aladdin saved the day by tricking somebody.
that's really good too, yeah. So I'm gonna have to go with Tarzan.
Okay, so we're both here. So like so far, we've both been saying the same movies have to go. So that's something.
Yeah, we have a connection too.
Tarzan, like I said, Tarzan. I don't hate you. I just don't like you nearly as much as the other two. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, Bestie, come on.
What am I doing now?
Pull that ever grunk. I don't know. This is hard.
That's why I said
Goofy
I
movie
think I
has to
remember
stay.
saying this week. I hope you're ready for this hot seat.
Goofy movie has to stay.
Now, why would you do this? It's what we do over here on the podcast is real. We gotta keep it.
Stress me
No
out.
vote. I gotta go.
Goofy movie has to stay. Like I have to.
Now I'm gonna ask you this real quick though, because, and I'm not saying it's. I just legitimately want to know because I've come across this with people. Do you like the Goofy movie itself as a story, or are you one of those people that are just so nostalgic for the Powerline songs that you put that over anything else that the movie had to offer?
No, I love the storyline because I love the way that in the end, like, you know, Goofy really gets to understand Max. Like, the whole time he really was, you know, just trying to be, he wasn't being a, yeah, he shouldn't have put on that performance for sure. But it's just about communication in every direction. Even when he was communicating with Roxanne, like, it's a big lesson he learned her to just be himself and communicate with his
That's a running
family and the
theme.
people.
Just like Aladdin, it's a running
Yeah.
theme, huh?
Yeah. So like yeah, so no, I like the movie and I like the music. So that's why I said that one definitely can stay. The reason why it's hard, the reason why it's hard though, because Emperor's New Groove is such a good. It's like one of those movies you put on like when you're like, you know, when you watch a scary movie when you're younger. Like that's the movie you put on after you watch a scary movie.
That's your palate cleanser.
Yeah. And then of course, Hercules. I used to like the series too when we were younger. I think I'm trying to separate the two. Yeah, I'm trying to separate the series from the movie too as well. But it's just the whole of it. Like I like. And then in Kingdom Hearts, like
soundtrack on Hercules.
Oh my gosh, you and the underworld. Oh my gosh.
Y'all gonna hate me, but a Goofy movie has to go. Let me go cower in a corner You letting the black person's movie go, Andra? Nah, it's okay. It's probably for the same reasons I said earlier. A lot of people get attached to the Powerline songs, but not the actual movie itself.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. I think so too. But I love like the story. I love honestly more than I like the music. I love the trip that him and his dad go on, just the whole entire process of the trip. From Bigfoot, everything. Like when they get to that little hotel and it's like water in the beds. Like I thought that was so cool. Like the whole movie is just nice to me. I like it.
It helps if you grew up a Disney fan and you were already a fan of Goofy. Like for me, I watched Goof Troop. Like you said, you watched the Hercules series. I watched Goof Troop.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps because now you already sympathize with Goofy as this dude. You know, if you've grown up with him, you know him, you know how much of a screw up he is, how bumbling he is. But you see how much he loves his son. And even if it wasn't Goofy, it's just what dad isn't trying to understand their teenage boy.
Mm-hmm.
When they're at that rebellious stage and they don't really want to be seen with you anymore, or they're growing up and you get that they need their own life, but you just don't want to be phased out of their life. So it's
That
like,
part is so emotional. He's like, I gave your girl. I just wanted to be part of it.
exactly. And it's although, because it's still Goofy, the second he told the truth, and it's like, oh, that's what you need? All right, I'm going to help you out then.
Exactly, and it's so befitting of him. Like, you have a cool dad, but you don't really know him. You have a cool dad because you're a teenager, you're growing up, you're trying to find your own way in life, and, parents are, like, lame. That's just what it is.
Happy
I'm a
Black
parent.
Cosplay New Year, 2024. Ooh.
Yay.
Guess I should have put something on then. I don't care. I got my Rescue Ranger shirt on. That's close enough.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this, though. The whole reason he goes on this trip is because the principal over-exaggerates and scares this man by saying he's dressing like a gang member, and if he doesn't straighten his life up now and get on the straight and narrow, he's going to end up in an electric chair.
Yeah.
Just so later on, Goofy can help this man sneak backstage at a concert that they don't have tickets for, and just go up on stage. So I mean, you going on this vacation to keep him on the right path, and then you broke the law with him. Anything for your son, right?
Right? I'll do anything for my daughter, so.
It's like, you know what? Like literally, he got on stage. Everybody was happy. Roxanne was smiling. It would have been so fitting that right as soon as that song ended, security would have came up and hauled them away.
I'm glad.
But great performance album, by the way. Yeah, you guys snuck in here, so yeah, the very thing you were trying to avoid, Goofy, just happened. Y'all are under arrest.
But honestly, Goofy encouraged him to be honest as well too, and that was when they pulled up to Roxanne. She's like, I saw you there. And she was still like, kind of like, really, he could have kept on the lie, but he told her the truth, and that just goes to show that is Goofy's son.
It's Goofy's son, and he gonna break the law just like his daddy did one day for his kids.
His kids, exactly.
Look. Parents do that though. Like, if I say not as I do, attitude is a real thing. It's like, look, for my kids, I will go to jail for my kids. I will do this for my kids. Look, all I know is my son said, I got a girl that I like. I'm sorry I lied to her, but now she ain't gonna like me if I do this. Well, you know what? In the moment, he could have been like, let's turn around and go back and tell her the truth. It's like, no, you want this girl? You told her, all right, let's go on up here. Powerline is just, he's either just super cool or he's just super professional. Because he's either cool and it's like, you know what? These people just coming up on stage and he just keeps it going. Or he's just like,
we never know what's not playing with artists.
Because I'm in the middle of a concert. That's why I said if as soon as it's over, he whispered to them, yeah, by the way, security gonna rough y'all up a little bit on the way out.
But good show. Thanks for the
new
news.
Like, good show.
Yes, is that what you called it? Got it.
Mm-hmm.
I people call your people.
Exactly. It's like I'm glad y'all came. We rocked it, but you still came up on stage with no tickets. So security, go get y'all up out of here.
Barney's finishing the last number. Oh yeah, Jenny, they're on stage left.
And then, Emperor's New Groove, man. It's just like that is one of those. It's not the biggest budgeted movie, but there's a lot of Disney movies I like more. But I don't know if there's that many Disney movies I laughed at more.
I'm saying
like,
it's so.
The Emperor's New Groove is hilarious.
Yes. Emperor's New Groove can go. See, that thing is it's really my comfort movie. Like that's like you said, like it's so funny. It's so especially like I said when you're watching a scary movie and
And
you put that on.
everybody, like Kronk, Cusco, Yzma, Paul the Lava, Kronk.
Wrong, wrong lever.
Seriously, why do we even have that lava? Eartha Kitt, man. Eartha Kitt. she bodied that movie.
That's you really had a good. This list is really good though, because it's like this is a really good like combination. You're really putting me on the spot.
Hercules takes me to church every time, and Emperor is funny. I quote that movie. So, same. I quote a lot of these Disney movies, though. That's my problem. I quote so many of these movies. Like Hercules, who put the glad in Gladiator.
Okay, so I think.
Hey, Phil, I got two words for you.
I'm gonna have to pick Emperor's New Groove, but it's not because I dislike the movie. It's just I don't know, because I'm like it really is a comfort. Like it's something you watch when like you need a laugh. Honestly, like I've watched that movie so many times.
You're Hercules. I think you mean Hercules.
Zero to hero. And the soundtrack on this is crazy on Hercules too. Like, come on.
It's definitely the best soundtrack of the three movies right here.
For sure, for sure.
And I know people are going to jump on you. Well, what about Powerline? It's like, look, those are two great songs. Not that I'm downing the rest of the songs in the Goofy movie. They're good too. I love the song that Goofy and Max do together.
I know.
It's a very beautiful song. But overall, from beginning to end, Hercules' soundtrack is just, it's there. You're going to, like Andra said, you're going to church.
No, for real. No chance, no way, I won't say it, no.
Oh my God, she bodied that, boy. Like the singing in that top notch.
Yeah, I'd have to pick the Emperor's New Groove. Ugh, and I hate even say that. I hate that even leaving my mouth right now.
Hades? Oh my goodness! Like Hades is just that. He's the coolest villain.
I don't like fighting him in Kingdom Hearts though. He's annoying.
Bangers. Okay, so yeah, for me, Goofy movies going nowhere. I'm sorry. That's just it's just so much for me. Like I said, it's so old school Disney. I mean, it's Goofy.
And it's nostalgia behind it. Like that is, yeah.
By the way, I used to always ask this question to all people when it comes to Disney, and it's the same thing. If I'm going to do this to other movies, I got to do this to Goofy as well. We don't know who Goofy's mom is. I mean, Max's mom. Sorry, we don't know who Max's mom is. Never seen. I think she gets maybe she gets like a small mention in an episode of Goof Troop. I think, and I would have to go back and like watch every episode of Goof Troop to even bring that back up. So my whole thing, but we know how it is back in the day. It's like with all, if you're on the Disney Channel or Nickelodeon, you can't have two sets of parents. Like, no, one of them's got to not be there.
Right.
But at least they usually will say that one of them is already passed on or something like that. My nephew always says I get pretty dark because I say if you look at old school cartoons, his longtime girlfriend was Clarabelle the cow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always like, I wonder if Clarabelle's Max's mom. And then you turn around and look at episodes of Goof Troop and stuff like that, and you clearly see them eating hamburgers, and then you go, well, what do hamburgers come from?
Wow.
And then you go, wait, did they eat Clarabelle?
That's crazy. Maybe they're vegan burgers.
I don't think they've ever said they're vegan burgers. They eat burgers and weenies on Goof Troop all the time. And this man, you literally used to date
they're always
cow.
grilling, yeah.
He literally, especially Pete next door, and he literally used to date a cow. I'm just saying. But no, it's so hard. Like, I would probably, for me, and it's gonna probably be sacrilegious, I'm probably letting Hercules go. I'm sorry, just the feels I get from Emperor's New Groove is just on a different level. Yes, if we were just talking about music, Hercules would be going nowhere. Mm-hmm. But when we're talking about just story, enjoyment, all of that, for me, I'm probably letting go of Hercules.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm still sticking with Emperor's New Groove just because the feeling that Hercules gives me when I'm watching it, like, not even just, it's just the music goes in with the story to the point where, like, I can literally feel, like, the skin the hair on my skin like popping up. Like I had often dreamed of a far off place. It's like, oh my gosh, like where a great warm welcome will be waiting for me. Like just hearing him just come in like that, it's just everything about that movie is just like empowering. From the women to his story to be being reunited and choosing love over being. I'm a lover girl, by the way.
I get it. No, I get it. And that's the whole point. Like, if these were easy, we wouldn't have anything to talk about on a podcast. So, you know what I'm saying? So that is perfectly fine. I already know which one you're not getting rid of.
I can tell you which one I'm getting rid of right now. Beauty and the Beast.
Ooh, Beauty and the Beast, just like that?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna probably get a little bit dark.
Go ahead. This is what I'm here for, Bessie. Go ahead.
I'm gonna break it down first from the beginning. Little Mermaid, of course, you know how I feel about Little Mermaid. That's my favorite Disney movie. Before the live action, always feel like I resonated a lot with Ariel. Um, no hesitation. No hesitation at all. No hesitation at all. I always resonated with Ariel. Um, at first, like I said, the way I grew up with all my siblings being boys and I me being a girl, so like, I didn't belong. There's a lot of places, and especially with what I mix with as well too. Like, um, it's like when you're half and half of something, it's like really hard to find like a place where you feel like you belong. So I just really resonated with her a lot, like all the time. So like Ariel, everything. I love Ariel, love her. And if I go into details, I won't stop. So that's why I'm kind of like pulling myself back because I will go on and on and on and
We,
on.
we have we have a separate topic just for Little Mermaid later, so you're
Okay.
fine.
The Lion King. I am very, very biased to Lion King just because my dad loves the Lion King. He loves Lion King 2 too. He loves Lion King 2. He would always like mimic Rafiki. My dad is so goofy. Like he would mimic Rafiki all the
That's
time.
banana.
You go to you know the way you do all that stuff all the time. Like, trying to be funny. My dad tries to be funny. He thinks he's hilarious. He's not. So like Lion King just holds a special place in my heart. Anytime I watch it, I think about my dad. Beauty and the Beast. I'm gonna say negative because this is low key domestic violence. Like. I'm just gonna call it how I see it. Like it's low key domestic violence. You're literally telling this girl she cannot eat unless she comes and eats with you. This is like I don't know. I'm just like it's not. I don't dislike the movie. I'm just like, what are we promoting here? Like if she doesn't eat with me, she doesn't eat at all. Like man, like sir, like come on, be for real. Like and the way he's banging down on the door, I just think is very very aggressive. Like I understand the role he's supposed to play as the Beast. I just don't really like. He needs to chill. He needs to chill out. He needs to relax. Like take a chill too, bro. Like it's not that deep. You want her to fall in love with you. You want her to fall in love with you so you can break the curse of the castle. But you're trying to do it in an aggressive manner. And I don't think that like I believe in like, protecting with love, taking your time and gradually growing to that part. I like the way like, everybody falls in love in their own way and stuff like that. I just kind of feel like Belle was kind of like pushed into that direction. Um, and she didn't have much of a choice. She had to come there and sacrifice herself for her father. And then now she's being told she has to connect with this person at dinner that just sent her dad in the cold to go free so they have to find his way back home. Like I just feel like this whole thing is just like very much so aggressive and domestic and yeah, I don't it can go. I wouldn't miss it if it wasn't there.
You know what? I'm actually gonna start with Beauty and the Beast, and I'm gonna work my way out.
Okay.
I don't know if I would necessarily call what the Beast did domestic because she was a prisoner at the end of the day.
Hmm.
And you're prisoners. Like, look, you're lucky I let you eat it all. But for starters, it's like it kind of messed up that this dude's in this position even to begin with. I mean, I get it with the old lady came with the rose at the door and he turned her away for her ugliness. Well, when you talk about the timeline, the Beast was like 11 years old or something like that when that happened. So he's like a little kid. And like, you're going to do this curse on this. First of all, if you're royalty, why is he even answering the door?
True.
Like, why didn't one of the
Where are
help
the
answer the
servants?
door? You got all these servants. You're answering the door. Where are your parents? Apparently, they're not there. Where were they?
They
I
don't have
get it. The
parents.
servants are the babysitters. Maybe the parents are away. They clearly never came back, or they did come back and something very, very horrible happened to them. But we ain't gonna talk about that. You know, does after he became a beast, all I'm saying is, how did they eat for 10 years? I mean, yeah, you could say he went out there and hunted animals for 10 years, or, maybe he did, and people. I'm just saying, like, they ate some kind of way. He did. Like, he had to keep it, but still, it's like, you're a kid, and we're really going to punish a kid for having that kind of, like, shallow thinking and stuff. I get it. As you grow, you learn, beauty skin deep, yada, yada. He was a kid. And you're going to curse everybody else in the house, too?
They had nothing to do with it.
It's like
Gaston is crazy. Gaston, I do like him as a character. I'm not gonna hold you. I like him as a villain.
And the beast is like, okay, so now you're a beast, so now you're gonna become beast ways and start kidnapping people in your prison. The only reason he let Belle's dad go was because she said, "Let him go. I will stay in his place." If not, he was probably either gonna be food or left there for life. How is he a nice person? I don't get all of this. Okay, just because you become a beast doesn't mean you have to act like a beast. I get it. Maybe over the years, it's like,
that's a bar right there.
He started to try to embrace who he is, but his people should have been around him all the time. Like, look, that's not you. That's not you. That's not you. You need to learn. Exactly. Like, why is it taking all this time for all this? I just don't see how that's probably the first prisoner he's had in all that time. It clearly looked like there's other people that have been there. And yes, Belle's there. You realize, because of the Sovereigns brought it up to you, there's a woman here now. You know about that curse. You need to try to see if you can get this girl to like you. So I don't mind him trying to get her to like him, because at the end of the day, when you're desperate and time's about to run out, anybody would do anything.
Yeah, but the aggression is just too much. What she liked was his kindness, and that's what drew her towards him. Like the fact that she said that he risked his life to save her, or seeing that when he was trying to feed the birds and things like that. Like seeing the things that resonated with him before he took on, like you said, just because he became a beast doesn't mean he had to act like a beast. And that's a bar, by the way. If everyone said that, that's a bar. But I also think that
Belle, at the end of the day, suffers from this thing we like to call Stockholm syndrome. So she was there and she fell in love with her captor. Yeah, that work for that. So it's like, I can't really say that this guy is really that great. You kidnap people. This girl's clearly suffering from Stockholm syndrome, which, by the way, Belle is kind of full of herself. I get it. It's like, she's the whatever. Which, by the way, I like that meme that started going around. That was like, I keep this bitch a library. Bitches love libraries. Like, I know you like books. Well, look at this. Look at all these books I got. Hey, you love me now? But at the same time, he was like, I'm not going to treat you like I treated your father. Your father was going to be a captive in this cave. You're going to be a captive. At least you got a room. I'm going to tell you the entire house. All I ask is that you stay your ass away from that West Wing. And what does she do?
Go to the West Wing.
You know what I'm saying? So she don't listen. And then she just leaves. She says, I don't care what promise I made. I'm out of here. It's like, okay, so then what was all of this for? If you clearly are just going to decide, you know what, I'm just going to leave whenever I want anyway. And as conceited as Gaston is, because he is very, very full of himself.
As a narcissist.
As a narcissist, if an old man comes back and shows us a mirror and shows us this massive beast, and this dude tells us, I've been held captive by a beast that now has my daughter. If I'm Gaston in the town, I'm there too. Like, where's the wrong in that?
No.
I'm not saying Gaston's not a villain, because the man was still going to have Belle's dad committed unless she decided to marry him.
See,
so that's still messed up.
Talking to Gaston in Dream My Valley though, now he's been kind of getting me a little soft on him, so I'm not going to hold you. I'm like,
she was going to have her father committed unless she decided to marry him. That's what makes him a villain. None of the other stuff. The other stuff just makes him a jerk. That makes him a villain. But him going after the beast, that doesn't make him a villain. I would have went after the beast too.
Yeah.
Hello. She looked so confused, like she didn't see him transform in a beam of light. Lion King, I never saw it all the way through. I didn't think that was possible. Somebody did not see, and you already know I'm not letting Lion King go. We talked about this
Of
earlier.
course.
It's my favorite Disney movie of all time. And I can quote that entire movie word for word from beginning to very end. Like, I love, first of all, it was one of the movies that was in theaters when I was growing up. Like, I actually saw Lion King in theaters. I like the message that it gives because, in a lot of movies, you do this whole be yourself and, things will work out, or you got to be a hero, or you got to be brave. Like, the lesson of the Lion King is, bruh, you think you're responsible for your dad's death and you're running away from your problems. Guess what, dude? Shit happens. Yes, the past can hurt, but you can't live in the past. You got to move forward, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
Like Rafiki said, yes, the past can hurt, but you can
You
either
can
run from
learn
it
from it or learn from it.
or learn from it. Ha! Now, what are you going to do?
First, I'm gonna take your stick.
Oh, no,
No, not a stick.
Like I'm saying, it's like, it has a real lesson of running away from your problems. Like, like scared kids get. Sometimes they get scared, they want to run away from home or and stuff. It's just like,
Even Simba's pride
never
was
be,
good. One and a
like,
half was so funny.
like the life lesson is never be afraid to go back home when you mess up.
Yeah.
Your family can support you.
Mm-hmm.
Just go home and although, for a second there, when Scar had everybody believing and Pride rocked it, Simba was the one that took out Mufasa, and they were walking him off that ledge. And Lion didn't exactly jump in and try to help him either.
Nope.
They were drinking the Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was thinking, you think at least Nala or Sarabi would have jumped in to try to help. I get maybe the other lions because they just heard that didn't took out our old king and this is our new king, so we're not going to disobey our new king. But you're talking about your mom and your best friend aren't going to jump in to help?
Your love interest?
Yeah, y'all were just going to let him fall off the cliff again? I'm rooting for everybody black, and Beauty is the beast. Melanated film on the list. Okay, it's the least melanated film on the list. I get that. But no, like me and Evie, shout out to Evencia XL, went on a 1 hour tangent that is very popular on here live and on our social media page of whether Scar was the real villain of that movie or not. And we argued for a whole hour straight. My whole stance was always that I'm not saying that Scar was not a horrible person necessarily. I mean, he did gaslight Simba into thinking he was responsible for his dad's death. That is just a very twisted thing to do. But at the end of the day, albeit he didn't do it well, Scar just wanted a world where the animals and the hyenas all live together. Didn't work out too well, but that's what he wanted. The hyenas were exiled. They were not allowed to come to the Pride Lands. And Scar kind of resonated with them because he hung out with them all the time. They were over there with dirty water and segregated and all of this. They don't get to come over here in the good life with everybody else because Mufasa didn't want them over there. So Scar's like, look, I'm going to have a world where everybody's together. Let's break down these walls. Now, of course, it ended up going bad. And I know a lot of people come in and well, hyenas destroy ecosystems and hyenas overeat. And that's what happened. And I'm like, I push back on that. Because, yes, in real life, hyenas can wreck ecosystems. Hyenas can overeat. But we're not saying in the realm of the Lion King, just because some of them can do that, doesn't mean all the hyenas would overeat or go against the grain. How do I know that? Because how many lions in real life do you know eat bugs?
Here's my rebuttal.
The notion that just because that what they do in real life is something doesn't mean that they can't change, because Simba did.
Thing about it is like, if you're gonna take a position of power and this is what you want, why let your kingdom fall down to ruins like that? You should have taken control and did something differently. That's why I say I think he is the villain. Also, simultaneously, he was moved by jealousy. So, jealousy in itself, isn't.
Jealousy, or the fact that he didn't think his big brother was running it right because he was segregating people.
I feel like he was jealous of Mufasa.
Hey, if I was king, everybody would be good. He sympathized with the hyenas. We ain't got nothing around here. Oh, and I've always brought up that Sarabi said that there's no food, no water, and we clearly see there were still animals because after everything was gone, they came back. I've always said the animals left the Pride Lands because there was no water. There's no way all that water got drunk up. There was literally a big drought during Scar's reign. If there's no water, there can't be any grass. If there's no grass, there's nothing for the animals to eat. If there's nothing for the animals to eat, they're going to leave the Pride Lands. Is it really Scar's fault that they had that drought? He's not a weatherman. Scar can't make it rain. And I've always found it funny that in the realms of the Lion King, the great king of the past live up in the sky. We saw Mufasa go to Simba in a storm cloud. So apparently they can move around in storm clouds. I think it's crazy that there was a huge drought during Scar's reign, but the second Scar goes down, it starts raining again. Immediately.
I feel like
Sabotage him.
that could possibly be that could honestly be the case. But here's my thing as well too. Scar sabotaged himself. You went to kill your own brother and tried to have your own nephew killed to have power. He sabotaged himself. So if the ancestors were ancestoring, he deserved what he got. Because what were you doing?
Run a kingdom, because if he'd allowed Simba to live, now the only tweak I would have made if I was Scar, you gaslight him enough to get him to believe what he did. You also could have molded him to maybe talk him out of wanting to be king one day. Mm-hmm. And then, hey, now you would have had another soldier for your stuff. Now, Scar also had pride, foolish pride, because it's like Sarabi said, you have sentenced us to death, and he's like, so be it. It's like, bruh.
He said he was very jealous of Mufasa. Sure, he wanted equality, but he was still hating on Mufasa.
Regardless of whether you were sabotaged or not, bruh, there's nothing here. You need to make it. He's pretty much like that. I'm the captain. I'm going to go down with the ship, and I'm going to take everybody else down with me. It's okay to admit that your reign ain't working. That's why I said, despite of how the reign went, is one thing. But how I feel like it went about him not being able to make it rain and everything, I've always said it's different. And by the way, him backslapping Sarabi because she mentioned Mufasa's name, he had been already said for years the rule is not to mention that dude's name around here.
Mm-hmm.
He should have known not to bring his name.
That was his own guilt talking to you. But I feel like the effort he put into getting rid of Mufasa and having the hyenas chase Simba out of the Pride Lands, what he thought killed Simba.
Hey, at least he couldn't go through doing it himself.
I feel like
something in there.
Yeah, I feel like he should have put that same effort into running a successful reign. I think he just wanted to have the power. I don't think he really cared about anything else. He just wanted to have the power. I don't think he really cared about equality from the hyenas and the lions, because he really didn't care. He was just in there, just relaxing, laying up in the cave, probably laid up with other lioness. You know what I'm saying? He probably didn't care about none of that stuff.
They clearly ate Mufasa. That happened.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But Mufasa's body did not become the grass. It became in Scar's tummy. Like that happened. Like, I firmly believe that happened. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Maybe somebody maybe someone needs a little protein in his diet other than them bugs. Which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, she thought looked very, very good and delicious when she saw the Lion King. So I need to ask you guys in the chat, when you first saw the bugs, when you saw Timon and Pumbaa talking about slimy, oh look, the little green field kind, all of that. Did you guys at ever one point go, you know what, those bugs actually do look kind of good?
You learn to love them.
Myself.
It's the crunchy ones that make the meal.
You know, but maybe he should have got a little meat, because when he had that fight with Scar, man, Scar started running them hands on him there for a second.
Yeah, he was.
Like, Scar is old. How are you letting this old dude run these hands on you? Maybe you need to eat some meat. Get your weight.
He was looking a little healthy. That was my rebuttal, but nobody rebutted the bugs. Everyone was saying the bugs look kind of good. And you remember they had the fruit snacks too, the little bugs fruit snacks when we were younger? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm just like, you can make fruit snacks for them. Like, there's no.
Yeah, they also sound like freaking chocolate covered crickets, and they're actual crickets with chocolate coated. I won't eat those either.
So you wouldn't eat the bugs in the movie?
when I was little and I saw the bugs, yes, they did look kind of scrumptious.
Exactly. See, they was making the joints look good. See, that's what I'm talking about, Queen.
So I look, Simba had just one and was like, I'm hooked. I'm not eating meat ever again.
Yeah, he said he was done. He was like, slimy yet satisfying.
Like immediately, like he went up in there like, I'm so hungry I could eat a whole zebra. And they just
Fresh
like,
out of zebra.
Any antelope? Nah. Hippo? Nope. Like, now you eat, wait, like, I think that one just kind of went over people. You eating hippo?
And hippos are dangerous.
Like, that's what I'm like. That's like, I think that kind of went over people's head. Like, Mufasa had been feeding y'all hippo. How?
They were eating fine cuisine.
Like, okay, so lion's taking down hippos now. It's like, okay. Or maybe he was just throwing out stuff like, look, man, I'll take anything at this point, as long as it's meaty. But then, and that's another reason I say that too, because what I say about Mufasa and the hyenas, because look what Simba ended up doing. Like father, like son. As soon as he took over the kingdom after Scar was gone, he literally said, you know what? I know there was actually some lions here that like Scar's reign, but he ain't here anymore. And I'm going to tell you this right now. If you sided with Scar, you got to go. Exile. Get up out my pride lands. Like, really? That's what the king does?
It's a choice, though. Why would you keep people that are standing against you in the same in your place of peace?
All they did was side with another ruler. I always say that's like in this country we have Democrats and Republicans. That would be like a Republican taking over office and saying, "Okay, the Democrats got to lead the country."
That's two different things. You're talking about like two different type of parties and sovereignty. Like that's like having like that's like monarchy and things like that. That's like a whole other thing. Even back in those times where they had kings and queens like that. If you stayed against the king or the queen, that's it for you. And you're not gonna get exiled, you're gonna get killed.
Right, but even Kiara makes him realize that look, just because they sided with this man doesn't mean they're bad people. Look, I mean, some of them were Scar's family, some of them was just like, you know what? We cool, but as a new ruler, just like a new coach to a football team or whatever sports team, you come in, it's like, look, I'm in charge now. This is how things are going to run. If you like it, cool. If you don't have to stay.
I'm going to be honest.
He didn't make that choice.
Kiara was guided by love, okay? She was guided by love. That's the reason why her man was over there. My man is over there. So you know what? I'm standing there with my man. You know what? Hold up. Dad, look, this is my man over here. These are his
Ain't
people.
No loving my man.
Exactly. That's her man. Like, thank you for my man. Like, that's what she's doing for. So, like, honestly, at the same time, like, I do like Kiara because, like, she's the definition of the light in me sees the light in you. And I think she saw the light in those lines. I think they started believing in it because they believed the same way that Kova was just like, you know, that he felt like there was darkness in him too. And that's true. There's true truth in the story. I do feel like, you know, those hyenas, those lions that were over there that believed in Scar's reign, like you had to have a certain type of darkness inside of you to be able to see, you know, his point of view of things. But it didn't mean that they couldn't see Simba's as well. And I think that because they had a ruler like Kiara, because Kiara said what she said, like, look at them, they are us. What difference do you see? Like,
exactly.
I always say
made Simba realize he admitted I was wrong for doing that to you guys.
But that's just the way it's you have to have people who believe in you. You just need that one person to believe in you. That one person believing you is going to show you something different and have you believing in yourself. I just think they didn't believe in themselves either. They believed in the reign of Scar, and that's all they knew. And
all I know is Mufasa exiled hyenas. Simba exiled half of his own lions. At least, I don't know if Mufasa did this, but at least with Simba, apparently, if Simba exiles you, he doesn't just exile you. No. He's going to have animals throw things at you, and they're going to sing a song as they kick you out the Pride Lands. He ain't going to exile you. He's going to do it in style. This time.
Hold up. That song. Hold up. They knew they was going there. That look.
I think a song on your way out. Kick you out. We finna sing your way up out of here.
Yeah, they was
you talk about singing with soul. They sung with soul.
Yeah, that little.
But no, it's like it's a whole ritual. They threw things, and I like, did you do that to everybody? They had animals just throwing stuff at them, and like, dude, you get up out of here. It's like, man, imagine the song we got to come up with the next time we exile somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I know I kind of went off on a Lion King tangent because it is my favorite movie, but we got to reel this back in for a second. The Little Mermaid.
We can't go into detail about that too heavy until we get to the
No,
part where we're
all
going
I'm
to,
going to
because I'm
say
gonna
is
keep
The
going.
Little Mermaid, obviously, like, it is up there for me as far as like movies. Like, I literally sing Under the Sea at conventions for karaoke. Like, I do that all the time. I think I even sent you a video of me doing it. I don't know if you ever watched it or not. Not I would send it. Yeah, I also did it at the Korean barbecue at AWA.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, you didn't go to that though.
No, I didn't go to the Korean barbecue.
The Korean barbecue was the day was the Oh My Senpai on the last night of AWA. You had to have tickets to get in, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were doing karaoke. It was a karaoke Korean barbecue, and the karaoke song I did was Under the Sea. And unexpectedly, but greatly, because I appreciate it, like Siri and John and a bunch of others and Greg, and then like they were my background dancers and my background singers as I was singing the song. It was a party up in there. Like we took it back to freaking like Jamaica Queens and stuff in there with that performance. Like it went down. I have to find some to send that to you as well. But now, like I said earlier, guys, if you were wondering why we're talking about these things, we're also using these opportunities to just talk about these movies, but we're going to get to Little Mermaid a little bit later. But at the end of the day, Beauty and the Beast has to go for me because I know there's a lot of people that I've seen that puts Beauty and the Beast way up here. And that was where I was talking to you earlier when I say teaser. A lot of people put Beauty and the Beast way up here. But I have a word for Beauty and the Beast to me, and that word is overrated.
Agreed.
It's like I'm sorry, guys, but that's just how I feel about that.
Agreed.
Let's switch over. I have the better soundtrack.
Honestly, I'd have to say The Little Mermaid, not because I'm biased to the movie, but like when you hear Part of Your World, like it is such a desperate plea. Like you can just feel it like resonating down to your stomach. Like when she's like, I love the sea. Like she's reaching like like it's such a desperate plea. And then you get into Kiss the Girl. You even get into Under the Sea. Under the Sea alone is just a bop. Like come on now, Sebastian was in his
By the way,
bag.
I also did Kiss the Girl at a karaoke contest at AWA, not this past one, but the one before.
Mm-hmm. Nice people. And I would say Under the Sea is really, really good. Like love Under the Sea. Like that's probably when the live action they did that I loved Under the Sea. It's so good. Poor Unfortunate Souls. The whole soundtrack is really good. You have such good songs for Little Mermaid, and it's not just like it has a variation. Like you go from Under the Sea, which is so like high, like in energy, under the sea, and then you have Part of Your World, which is such a desperate plea for like to be somewhere else where you're not. And then you go into Poor Unfortunate Souls, which is a combination of everything in one. Then you have Kiss the Girl, where it's just like it's so sweet and romantic. Like you have so many different emotions that you go through Little Mermaid, and I feel like the music embodies that in itself. So I would definitely say Little Mermaid has the best soundtrack. If you put Lion King 2 up there, then it would probably be like a little bit of a it would give me a gamble. I still would pick Little Mermaid, but I definitely would take a while to think about it.
So what I'm hearing is you like the Lion King 2 soundtrack a lot.
I love Lion King 2 soundtrack. Way down in your panties.
Oh my goodness, your panty song.
Sound like your panties. In your panties.
Here's the thing. Like I said, I sing Under the Sea and Kiss the Girl, and I do it accent, voice, and all. That was one of the things that they even told me about when I did Kiss the Girl at the contest, when they had to give people like feedback before they went to the next contestant. They were like, "It's so amazing how much you sound like Sebastian." And I was like, Oh, no.
I need a preview.
I don't know, like what right here, right
Right
now.
here,
I'm trying
right
to keep the
now.
singing down because I still don't
No,
want to
right
get
here, right
copyrighted.
now. Oh yeah. Okay.
I will send you some stuff. I will send you some stuff. But no, but on the flip side, I think my favorite song to perform at karaoke's is Friend Like Me from Aladdin because
Mhm.
again, I keep the energy and I do all the voices.
Mhm.
And I remember they told me that they were amazed how I was able to just switch between voices so quick.
Mhm.
And it's just my favorite, one of my favorite songs ever. But no, part of your world is one of the greatest Disney songs ever created.
I love it,
Like
and I love Halle
that,
Bailey's version of it. Her version is so beautiful to me.
like I will always say that. Like regardless of what people feel about movies or whatever, if I ever put a list of like the 10 greatest Disney songs ever, like I would debate putting Part of Your World at number one. I don't know if I would put it at number one. Like I would, it would be a conversation for me to
Yeah,
put Part
Jodie
of Your
Benson
World
was in her bag.
at number one.
She was in her bag.
But like I said, Aladdin soundtrack as well because there's also a video on my page. See, again, I'm a Disney fan, so of course all of this is true. You know, there's also a video of not MomoCon 2023, but MomoCon 2022 of me outside with Lil Chaos, and we're singing A Whole New World.
Oh.
And yes, it's and I've been telling somebody I want to duet A Whole New World at a karaoke, and nobody's been willing to do that with me.
I'll do it with you.
Someone said they would, but it still never materialized.
I'll definitely do it with you.
Okay,
Yeah,
but you would have to
maybe I
be.
won't be so nervous.
I was about to say you'll have to be the first person that actually follows through with that because so far nobody's wanted to follow through on that with me, and I don't even consider myself like a big singer, which is why I usually only sing things that have like darker voices that that's not even really true. Like it doing Sebastian, man, it's just you get to harmonize and a good accent. Like it's plus I love doing impressions, so like I'm a voice impression guy. That was something I always. There was a time where I wanted to be a voice actor growing up. Like I've even taken a voice acting class.
I could
So
see
that
that
was
now.
something that I always wanted to do as well. Now, the Lion King soundtrack, like for me, Be Prepared is my all-time favorite villain song, Disney
Mhm.
wise. It's just, and I love performing that one too. I love singing Be Prepared. It's that would also be in my top 5 favorite Disney songs ever. And like we said about with Tarzan and how Phil Collins just took care of that soundtrack, man, the Lion King, Elton John took care of that soundtrack.
Mhm.
Like they laced that thing, you know. Especially, how back then they would do like you always hear like the other versions of songs too. Like, yeah, people can always look at the movie and see it like, "Can you feel the love tonight?" But my favorite version of it is the one in the credits.
Oh yes, 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 yes.
Can you feel the love tonight? Tonight. Like, mm. It's just it harm because they also did the same thing with Aladdin. I think it was it A Whole New World? I think
Oh,
they
they sang
did
it
an
differently in the
R&B
credits
version.
too. Mhm.
Yeah, they did R&B version. They even did have a music video for it.
Mhm.
Like I said, they like used to R&B these things up.
They did it for Reflection too,
They didn't
because
need
they
to do it
changed it.
for
Because
Reflection.
but both versions ate because she changed the way she sing it like outside of it like that note where she's like when will I? Like she changes it up in such a different way. Like I'm like you're eating both times, eating both times.
You can just man, like Disney used to just be in their bag when it came to
Mhm.
music. They really
Definitely.
did. But the only reason for me that I'm gonna have to remove Little Mermaid from this conversation is because as much as Part of Your World and Under the Sea are some of my favorite songs, it goes back to the whole thing I said about Goofy movie about a lot of people always look at Eye to Eye and Stand Up, and then they almost forget about that there was an actual movie around those two songs. And
Mhm.
now I'm not talking about the movie in this one, but for me, it's like I love the Little Mermaid soundtrack, but there are some songs in the Little Mermaid that I'm not the biggest fans of.
Mhm.
I love Poor Unfortunate Souls. I love Under the Sea. Like I said, I love Kiss the Girl. But then it's like after that, for me, the soundtrack kind of drifts off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember that freaking song they were singing like on the ship when the movie starts.
Oh yeah.
You know, and then they had the
They
little
have
short
Doctors
little
of Triton.
song.
We are the Doctors of Triton.
Not even that one. There was one that the people on the ship were singing.
Are you talking about
And
when the family goes into the water, then they go into
yeah, and then there was the ones with the with Ariel sisters and stuff. I wasn't a big fan of either of those songs, which is what I'm saying. And then then there's your boy, drawing the blank of it on his name, the Butcher, that Sebastian went back and forth with. His song I'm not the biggest fan of. So like I said, there's just too many songs on there that I'm not as big of a fan of, even though there's like those 3 or 4 that's just like this. On the flip side, when it comes to both Aladdin and Lion King, for me,
you like all
they're what I would call no skip albums.
Okay. Understand.
I don't skip any song.
Okay.
So that has to account for something.
I understand.
Even though I would put the Little Mermaid songs I like up against some of the songs in those other movies, just overall, we're talking about an overall soundtrack. And there, I would have to lean towards The Lion King being my favorite soundtrack. It's my favorite movie and my favorite soundtrack, so it's just kind of weird. Kind of like with you with Little Mermaid.
Yeah. Love it, love it, love it.
Elite soundtrack, but no, all of these soundtracks slap though. Like that's just
they do.
Like Disney music, I listen to Disney music when I'm out door dashing. Which yes, guys, everybody comes from stuff else from door dasher, and that's just when I'm not playing anime music, I'm playing Disney music. In fact, I have a playlist. I have a playlist that mixes both of them.
Ooh, do you have Spotify or Apple?
Actually Amazon, because I have Amazon everything. Like I have an Amazon Prime account, I have Amazon Music, I have Amazon everything's all in like one bill.
Okay, so we could share a playlist.
No, technically I do have Spotify now, but it's only the free version. And the main reason I got Spotify is because the podcast is real is also now on Spotify.
Oh, yay!
Every Monday, our episodes will be uploaded on Mondays. 4 episodes will be uploaded to Spotify. Last week's anniversary episode is already there. You can find the link in the bio.
Nice.
But yes, that's why I even got Spotify to begin with. But no, all of these. And I mean, it's not just because for me, when I say a Disney fan, I mean I'm a Disney fan. It isn't just these Disney movies. Like I mean, my playlist has like stuff from like High School Musical and like.
I love Disney Channel too. Like people don't talk about Johnny Tsunami, the Rip Girls. They don't talk about all those things like that, like all the old school movies too.
Well, I mean, you should know that the way I was able to like elegantly do the Disney Channel thing. It's like you don't do that and not have watched Disney Channel.
Exactly.
Like, my TV used to just live on the Disney Channel.
Same.
And once you would get through the 8 times a day, it would replay Hannah Montana. It would have a lot of other good things. By the way, I watch Hannah Montana too. I'm not trying to downplay Hannah Montana, but they played it a lot.
Hannah Montana carried for a while. I'm not gonna hold.
They even joked about it themselves in an episode of Hannah Montana because Jackson went through channels, and one of the channels he went through, it started playing the Hannah Montana theme, and he goes, "When is this not on?" So there's a little meta humor there for them.
Between that and Wizards of Waverly Place.
Wizards of Waverly Place, yes. Selena Gomez. I like Wizards of Waverly Place.
I like Wizards of Waverly Place, yeah.
I love her performance in Wizards of Waverly Place, but I'm also not the biggest Selena Gomez in general fan, like past Wizards of Waverly Place. Mm-hmm. Which, like, with the others, is not even that way. Like, other people, I still kind of rock with them after that. And I don't know, it was just, I really don't want to get into a deep Selena Gomez conversation right now, because that'll be a whole other hour. Better soundtrack again.
Yeah, well, Beauty and the Beast can go.
Post Wizard Selena is, I don't know. By the way, how we got them for the follow.
This is a hard decision between Tarzan and Hercules.
And with that being said, that's not saying that there are not a few Selena Gomez songs that I don't like post Disney, because there actually are. I always say that even with artists I'm not a fan of, they probably have something I like.
Yeah, I like some of her songs too. I think one of the songs was like "Good for You" or something like that. I forgot. But
I know she used to be Selena Gomez in the scene, and then she broke off and Taylor Swift, and it was kind of all downhill from there.
this is
But
hard too, because Tarzan, there's I wouldn't skip a single song on Tarzan.
we're back to Phil Collins again.
And then I wouldn't Hercules, I can't really think. I don't really think. Because I can't really think of it. Like I told you before, like that song where he sings, like I don't know. Something about a Disney character when they're pleading their heart out like that to me, like I always like that's what pulls me in. Like Tarzan never really like sang for real. You know what I mean? Like it was just like I feel like that's more of a soundtrack. You know what I mean? Opposed to like Hercules, like this is more so them singing for themselves. I don't know. It's hard to
I
say.
will admit that
Yeah.
Tarzan has a theme, like
Yeah.
the music, actually. But I could make a case that Hercules does too. There's a lot of soul in there.
Yeah. And he's actually singing, not one time does Tarzan sing anything. Not that I expect every Disney character to sing something, but like, it just hits different when, when you're hearing Hercules sing like that and he's pleading for it, like giving that plea as well too. Like those pleas just do something to me. Even when Meg is singing like, no chance, no way, I won't say it, no, no. Like it's just like
Yeah, and Andra, I have video of you singing along to Hercules songs. Let's not forget we went to that Disney party.
So I'm trying to decide between Hercules and Tarzan.
I'm not gonna discredit Beauty and the Beast music though. I might think the movie is overrated, but I'm not gonna say they got some terrible songs.
Against those two, it's automatically
Against
drop.
these two,
Yeah,
yes.
it's automatically drop. It had no leverage. Doesn't have bad music, definitely no. But it had no leverage against Hercules and Tarzan. That was a bad setup for Beauty
Absolutely
and the
not.
Beast. um.
I know Zero to Hero is my all-time favorite Hercules. So it's just so good.
Yeah, Hercules it's just hard. It's a hard decision to make.
Okay, well, I will let you think, and I'm not going to go off on a tangent on this one. I'll just throw it out there. For me, it's Hercules. It just is. And it's just so much soul. I just love the music in Hercules. I can hear it. I can sing it all day. I can belt it all day. I even love the variations of the songs they do in the game I play every day. I play a game called Disney Speedstorm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a racing game, kart racing game, kind of like Mario Kart in a way. And the Hercules like maps, like the versions of the songs they do in there are just so good too. Like I love the Hercules soundtrack so much.
I don't know. Like that's a really hard decision for me.
So it's like, you said no skips on Tarzan though, right?
No skips on Hercules either.
Like I said, like especially with Zero to Hero and just I Won't Say I'm in Love alone. The others are bangers too. But those just I mentioned it earlier. I Won't Say I in Love is just it's just too good.
Yeah. There's a prize for rotten judgments.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. And I'm a Phil Collins fan too, so I'm trying to remove that from the fact that I like enjoy Phil Collins outside of Hercules. I'm a Tarzan, sorry, excuse me.
Like I said, for me, it was Hercules had mad thumpers. Thank you, Jasiri. I went with Hercules. Like I said, and I also think for me is I don't hate the music from Tarzan. I actually really like the music from Tarzan, but I think because overall as a movie, I don't like it as much as other Disney movies. I don't watch it as much, so I don't listen to the soundtrack as much. Although I still know it's a bop, but Hercules for me is just you're going to church. You're going to church with Hercules.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to say
Lines.
I'm gonna have to say let's say Hercules.
Hercules. See, look, we're still here.
I know that was the hardest decision. I feel so much. I feel like I'm betraying Phil Collins.
What do you mean?
You're right.
That's what it is. Okay, I think that might be the last one that I have as far as like better this, better that.
Okay.
So let me ask you real quick about your favorite Disney villain.
Okay, so
Hmm. And a lot of Disney villains out there.
I promise you. Um, let me think a little bit, because like, hmm,
There's a lot, like I said, clearly I'm a fan of Scar because I literally defended him earlier. Um, you know, big fan of Hades. I thought
Ursula's a good villain too.
Ursula is a really good villain.
Hmm. Um,
Although there's some things I got to say about Ursula a little later too. Um, there are some not so great villains, but trust me, that topic's coming up in a minute.
um,
I mean, like I said, then it becomes like, what would you constitute like a great villain? Like a lot of people would usually go straight to like the easy answers are you like Maleficent and
that's too easy. I feel like it should be somebody that was like, for me, um,
this
who was
freaking.
someone that got like that? I'm trying to think of someone that actually like.
Then I think best and favorite could be two different things too, because I mean, then there's ones that people like I said, like Maleficent, but at the end of the day, it's like, what did Maleficent really do? But people love her. Corella. You
That's a good
know,
villain.
egg on Corella Deville.
Hmm.
And my man Roger wrote a whole diss track on Corella Deville back before diss tracks were considered cool. Before rappers, this man wrote a diss track to Corella Deville
That's
and
crazy.
sold it and got rich.
Cruella de Vil.
That's how
Cruella de
bad she
Vil.
was. You're getting diss tracks written to you about you, like, And he wanted to make sure he annoyed her too. The whole time she came to visit, he just up there playing the music as loud as playing on that trumpet.
Mm,
No. Corella's a good one. Like I said, like I said, for me, there's Scar, there's Ursula, there's Hades.
how do you feel?
I would say
How do you
more
feel about A
modern.
Nightmare Before Christmas?
I mean, yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas is still Disney. So
So how do you feel about it?
how do I feel about it?
Mhm.
I haven't watched The Nightmare Before Christmas in years. I remember, so I couldn't go into detail about it these days. I remembered I didn't hate it. Um, there's also your boy from the Hunchback of Notre Dame, which he also has a pretty good villain song
Oh
too.
my gosh. Yo, that man there,
He's evil.
that but that's why I say when I said it has, I'm trying to think it has to be a villain that has like, for one, stuck to their teeth. For the most part, Disney villains stay Disney villains. Um, like, but stuck through the whole thing, and like had an actual plan for what he wanted and things like that. Like, I don't know, he was on some crazy. That man was, yeah, he was very evil. He'd probably be up there for me. Um,
I know it's kind of apropos for me that it seems like I keep beating a dead horse with the same movie, but I'm probably gonna go Scar just because, even though I defended him, there's one thing. Because first of all, he's technically classified as a villain, so I have to include him in this. But I slot Scar for he's got one thing going for him that a lot of other Disney villains didn't have going for them.
mhm.
He accomplished his goal.
Yeah, he did.
He wanted to be king, he became king for years.
Now, I didn't want to go with Ursula because that's why I was saying I didn't. I was trying to be like not be biased either to my personal favorite movie. Um,
That's fine. Like, there's a reason these favorite movies are your favorite movies.
true, but like you said, for one, she got both of her goals. You know, she not only made King Triton suffer, she got the Triton. She stole Ariel's voice. She made Ariel suffer as well too. So she just did so much. She's conniving, and she has her own song that's like,
No, I mean, we know. Oh,
yeah. So like that's what I kind of feel like. But then also you did when you brought up just more. I'm just trying to think outside of like outside of something that's my favorite. Like I feel like it would be kind of biased. Mm,
but also the reason I say Scar, like I said, he accomplished his goal. He actually did what he set out to do. Villains try to set out to do what they want to do, and they can't.
mhm.
I also give um, what's the word I'm looking for? Honorable mention / kudo points to my man Shere Khan in the Jungle Book. He was so cool. Like just Swagger.
Oh, my brother's in. Hey,
Oh,
bro.
Chris's brother. But no. Shere Khan was just so smooth. He just did nothing bothered this man. The man was just so cocky. He just sat there and told Mowgli, like, why should I run? Why should you run? Don't you know who I am? You're Shere Khan. Precisely. You should know that everyone runs from Shere Khan. The
I'm
man
about
said he's
to.
going to close his eyes and count to 10 just because that makes it more fun for him. Like, I could take you out right now, but nah, what's the fun in that? I'm going to let you get a head
Mm,
start.
I'm about to go with Ursula.
Okay. Nah, that's a good point. Sometimes I hate when they reform a villain, which movies these days do that. I just feel like a lot of modern movies do a lot of things to try not to piss people off.
Agreed.
So they try to please everybody. So even when they retell stories, it's like, I want to retell this old story, but wait, let me change this about this character because I think this will piss people off now. Or I know this person was vicious in the original version, but we're going to make them a sympathetic villain now. You know, it's like,
Like the remake of Maleficent.
oh my goodness. Worst Disney
Mhm.
villain.
Worst Disney villain.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Evil Queen?
Mm-hmm.
The woman that was so dumb enough that she thought, oh, I'm going to give this bitch an apple. You know, bitches love apples. You know, I'm gonna poison her with it instead of
And
all of the
worst
other
being
things
like
she
the
could have
one that was
done.
trash. Yeah. So I would say she's the worst in my opinion. Like, but granted, it was the first princess, so
Mm, I think it's still fine. It still works. Um, I will say this though. For me, hold on a second. For me, I could go her. I could go Evil Queen because she's dumb or she dumb. But no, you already said earlier, which made you even a closer bestie of mine. You talked about your fondness for the Aristocats, and I'm sorry, Edgar is dumb as hell.
you know,
If he ain't the
no,
worst, he one of the worst.
yeah, that he was stupid, very stupid, very stupid.
His whole plan made 0 sense. First of
Getting
all,
rid of the cats for
who
what?
is this woman saying, I don't know if I'm going to live forever, so I'm going to put in my will that I am leaving everything to my cats? You're leaving stuff to animals?
Yeah, that's crazy.
If I was Edgar, I'd have been mad too.
How
However,
much money are you really making as a singer?
with that being said, she said, in the event that something happens to those cats, I will give it to Edgar. But Edgar, dumbass, here's the thing. When she dies and that money goes to the cats, somebody has to take care of the
Take
cats.
care of the cats. Exactly. So either way it went, you were still gonna get the money.
And as much as she trusted you, you would have had power of attorney over the money more than likely for the cats. Think, Edgar, you dumbass.
Yeah, very much bozo behavior.
So no, he's my worst because his whole meaning or reason for doing any of this is stupid. Like, you didn't have to do a thing. He was a villain for no reason. Like, you didn't have to do a thing at all. Just sit back, relax, wait for the old battle axe to croak, and you and the cats can live happily ever after. But no, I'm gonna. And then you got to get rid of the cats, instead of, I don't know, just taking the cats out yourself. No, I'm just gonna put them in a box and I'm just gonna drive them away. Instead of just offing them, no, I'm just gonna drive them away. This will work, right? Then, when that doesn't work and he runs back into him, his plan is, I'm gonna ship y'all to Timbuktu. Dumbass. Edgar's my worst villain. I'm sorry. The more I talk about it, the more I'm just like, he's worse. And I know there's a lot of people that's in the chat that maybe not even necessarily have ever seen the Aristocats per se. If you haven't, first of all, go watch the Aristocats. It's a great movie. And then come back and tell me how dumb Edgar is.
Very dumb. Yeah, I should have thought about him too. I didn't think about him. I was thinking about the Queen. I'm like, you really had no reason for real. Like, at least Scar had a reason. At least Ursula had a reason. Shoot. A lot of villains had a reason. I just like they didn't really have much of a reason for it. Like, it's just
Hades had a hell of a reason.
Hades, yeah. Yeah.
He that borderline is a sympathetic villain. Because they did him wrong.
Yeah, but they do him wrong in Greek mythology, low-key, too, so.
Exactly. But Edgar, he's just a villain that didn't even need to be one. So,
really, like you said, all he had to do was wait and just take care of those daggone cats. All he had to do.
he did not. He dumb. And then his idea of getting rid of the cats is dumb.
Because at the end of the day, you still lost, and now look at you.
But there were a lot of villains that caught a nasty demise at the end. I'm going to say elimination because you can't really use the D word that often on here. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to all the villain life endings, which would you say probably got it the worst?
Scar, because he got. I kind of would say Scar because he literally got eaten by hyenas.
They attacked.
I thought that was terrible. Yeah, like
that's another thing.
Didn't Frollo like burn?
Here's the thing, because I always said this about Scar too. Yes, Scar, when he got desperate, he threw his hyenas under the bus. He did that. However, and a lot of people missed this too. Simba did not defeat Scar. All Simba did was throw this dude off a cliff. The hyenas finished that man off. He got up, and yes, they felt betrayed. You said we were the enemy. Yeah, that's what I heard. Ed? But no, like he said, let me explain. Like, give that dude 2 seconds to explain himself. Look, I was in a spot. They were going to get me. I just said what I said to try to get them to go away. But look, you know how much I care about you guys. Let's regroup, and we can try this again another time. It's like, nah. They weren't trying to hear that no more. They were hungry.
And they were hungry too? Yeah, I said they were hungry.
No, Scar. Eaten alive?
Yeah, that was crazy. Anytime I think about that, it's crazy.
Ooh.
So definitely
I think Mufasa was eaten, but at least he was already gone. Scar's eaten alive.
Exactly.
But just like you weren't really thinking about Edgar, because I think when you're thinking about these things, you're not really thinking about like some of the more smaller known Disney movies.
I was thinking Frollo too. I believe he was burned.
That was bad. Others like Evil Queen just fell off a cliff, and same thing happened in Sleeping Beauty and the Beast. Gaston just kind of fell off a cliff. Like, a lot of people fell off of cliffs.
What's to call it? Clayton was hanged.
And he did it to himself.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, dude, just look, just take a second to look at your surroundings,
Just
bro.
relax for a second. Just relax. Just calm down.
Relax, calm down. But at least that is still a slow and painful gone. I could even say the same thing for Scar because it wouldn't be until they truly got into its organs and stuff. So it was a slow, painful, agonizing. But let me throw a movie at you. Oliver and Company.
Oh, yeah. He went to and he caught the fire. Oh my gosh. Yeah. He literally died like right like that ride was his last ride.
I'm saying just done. That is got to me. That is one of the worst ways to go. I'm sorry.
That still doesn't be Scar though, because that part when I was younger that used to haunt me.
I bet it did because they had the silhouette of him being attacked.
Exactly. He's like you
But
see him falling backwards. You see all the hyenas jumping on him. It's just crazy.
and I can say yes, an Oliver Company. At least that was clearly a quick one. Like you were just gone. There's no lingering behind. At least it was quick and painless. But still, there's just something to be said that like nobody did this to you. None of this. You just own that ride and you look up, you're just gone. That is a terrible way to go.
That
Like
is
you just
very terrible.
blinking, you splat.
Then here goes a cart full of animals just freely living.
Mm-hmm. Was living their best life. Like
Mhm.
that again is some situations that could have been avoided, but whatever. I'm just saying a lot of these things could have easily been avoided.
No, definitely.
Finally talk about it.
Okay.
As anybody that might just be listening to this somewhere, we are about to talk a little about the Little Mermaid. A little bit about the Little Mermaid. I want to talk about the animated one, and I want to talk about the live action. You're our guest, so I want to give you first thoughts at your favorite movie, Disney, of all time. Tell us a little bit more in detail now about the Little Mermaid.
Okay, so do you want me to go into live action? Do you want me to go into the
Animated
animated
first.
version? Animated, okay. Um, one thing my best friend always says to me, and this is I always battle with him about it just because it is so true. He was like, she gave up her whole life, her family, for some dick.
I'm gonna send you my Little Mermaid honeymoon video too. I'm gonna send you a few things.
Okay, send them my way. I was like, I said she gave it. I said she gave up. I guess that's a way that you could look at it. But like for me, I'm just like, I'm just. I feel like I belong in a Disney movie because I always look at things in a different way. Like I'm always just like, she gave it up for like love. She gave it up for because she felt like she didn't belong somewhere and she wanted to be somewhere where she felt like she belonged. I feel like for Ariel, her longing for being on the land didn't originate because of Eric. Like he was an addition to that, from in my opinion. That's like the way that I go about it with my best friend. I'm like, yes, she definitely did want to leave and be with the person she loved, but she was obsessed with the land before then. Like she was obsessed with going to the surface way before she even knew about Eric even existed. And if you watch the animated series, you could see a lot of that too, with her adventures and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, yeah, she was
So,
infatuated. Yeah.
mhm. So she was always ready to, wanting to know what was there. I feel like Eric gave her a safe haven to where she felt like she had a reason to go outside of just like, her curiosity. Um, so, but from breakdown from the animated series, I think it was a beautiful, a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful movie. Um, I love, I love my favorite part of the movie is actually not part of your world. Though it's my favorite song of the movie. My favorite part of the movie is the ending where she's coming out of the water and she's just covered in that sparkling dress and she's running towards Eric with her hands or her arms open. That's my favorite part. Oh my god. I want the Funko Pop for that. So that's my favorite part. Like, so one of the quarrels I have with the animated version, but I'll get into that in a second. Um, I think Ursula was a great villain. I thought she definitely played her part, and she played on Ariel's insecurities and things that she wanted, and played on her heart, like her true heart's desires. Um, which was going back to the surface, or going to the surface, being with the person she loved. Like she really played on, like she really manipulated her in a way to where she's like, this is what you want. Like she's like, you got so what? You got your man, and don't forget just doing all the extras, like trying to flaunt her and get her to go. Like she really is not. She didn't make it seem like Ariel definitely was back and forth about it, but like Ursula really did her part as the villain, said to send her over the edge. And not only did she send her over the edge, she literally sent her over the edge because she did, what she had to do to get her to, putting a spell on her and making her lose her, her tail and stuff like that and becoming a human. But like she literally sent her over the edge, like in a manipulative way because she was back and forth. She wasn't sure what she wanted to do. Of course, her heart was on land, but her family was in the sea. This is what she knew. So of course she was like having her quarrels. Not she just went and said, "I'm ditching my family for to go be with Eric." So I feel like she really had that. She really had that antagonist in her ear for real. So I like that, it's like a great storyline in that avenue. And then to see like her friends, which Sebastian, as well as Flounder just coming in and being her support along the way and trying to help her win over, the person she loved. I thought it was so cute. Um when the chef is trying to trying to get Sebastian. I think it's always been so funny to me.
Oh yeah,
Um
good comedy.
Definitely, it's so funny because you really get to see a different part of Sebastian outside of him being serious and being the advisor to the king. Like you get to see him being like silly and being like, not so serious Sebastian. So like that's like, a part that I liked as well too. Um and that's really about just about it. Like I said, like my whole piece with like and like loving the movie more than anything was like, me being like what I am, feeling
Just
like it belongs.
yay.
Just Siri.
Thank you for the roses. I'm playing.
Thank you. Always gave us 5 roses, 6 roses.
Roses smell so good.
It's so good.
But I'll continue.
But like feeling like you didn't belong and things like that, I can resonate with that a lot. Like especially like I said, for me, like I'm half Hispanic, so I don't really know. I didn't really know a lot about that side of my family because like they're not really like welcoming of people of color like that. So just everything that comes with it, like a lot of stuff, and it's being Jamaican, everything that's just coming together. I just really understood Ariel in a way I feel like I resonated with her. That was the first Disney princess I felt that I could resonate with. And then it's just like, of course the mermaid fantasy and things like that. Like it just became like, honestly a big obsession for me. And that's where my quarrels kind of came in with some of the stuff for the live action. Um, First, I want to give praise to Halle Bailey because I have never sat through a movie where someone was not talking and I felt her stage presence. Um, I felt she did a really good job in that regard. What I didn't like was why Ariel had 4 dresses in the animated version. She had her black and blue dress, the dress that she wore with King Triton, the pink dress, and her wedding dress. They had Halle Bailey in 2 dresses, and then had the nerve to put her back. If you ever seen if you seen the live action movie, I'm sorry, I'm giving spoilers. Um,
It's been out for over a year.
yeah, it's been out for over a year, and it's free on Disney Plus. So, um,
Well, maybe not almost a year, but still. It's on Disney Plus. Whatever. You haven't seen
it's
it by now?
been out
Yeah.
since May.
Yeah.
So, I didn't like that they put her back in that same dress. I honestly could have went without Eric's little song. It was cool, but I wouldn't miss it if it was gone. Um, I didn't really like that. Okay, so kind of reminded me a little bit of how um in Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderella, where you have the prince's parents. They didn't. I guess they didn't really explain like how these two made this, and I guess they explained this, but okay, they found Eric and stuff like that. I don't really like. I don't know. That's the word. Just wasn't really feeling. I wasn't really feeling
Yeah, that's how
that
they explain
direction.
that they found them. They're not his real parents.
Yeah, yeah. So like I didn't like the I don't know, I didn't really care for that direction of it either, to be honest.
I think
Um
they could have went around if they just decided not to diversify the cast, but they really wanted to diversify the cast, and then was like, "Oh, we'll figure
mhm.
out how to make everything else make sense later."
Yeah, yeah. I like that they because like even like the different fish, they made the different the daughters of Triton, they made them like based off of fish that were in that regional area. So
Yeah,
like whatever area that the fish were named in. So I thought I like the detail they put in a lot of stuff and the thought they put into it. I don't think it's a terrible movie. I just feel like they could have done better for Halle Bailey, in a lot of ways, especially with having different dresses. I didn't have a lot of people had a quarrel with the dress she had on. I don't have a quarrel with it. I just don't think that should have been the only dress. Like I feel like they could have dressed her better in the avenue. I love the reprise, the second one where she's singing "Friends Get It All, only to fall back where I started." Like that was just such a beautiful reprise. I really feel like oh, I was not sure about Melissa McCarthy at first. I was nervous. I was like, who's gonna be able to fill in Ursula's shoes?
hmm
Honestly, I would say Lady Gaga at first. I was like, Lady Gaga probably could have, came in eight, like eight. Before I get into Ursula, before I dig into that, the person who played as Vanessa, that face her acting, that face she had, like she needs to be in a horror film. She needs to be in a horror film. Like I was like, you're looking really crazy, but I liked it. But anyways, Melissa McCarthy did a really good job as Ursula. I feel like she didn't try to make it, like I feel she didn't make her own in a way. You know what I mean? Not too heavily, like the previous voice actor. I feel like she kind of
R.I.P.
gave it her own. Huh?
I said R.I.P.
I feel like she gave it her own like little spin on it, and I liked it. Like I really did. Like I brought my daughter. We went to the Little Mermaid. I rented the theater out, and I brought my family with me. And my daughter, when like she didn't like really react to anything throughout the whole movie. She just watched it. And when Ursula came out, she started clapping when she was performing. Like
Well, there you go. And the kids are what matters the most.
right? And I'm just like but she did a really good job. Like I was really shocked because I didn't know what to expect from her. Because I'm so used to I am used to her being silly, and funny, but like being in a serious role at the same time. Because Ursula is also serious. You know what I mean? So I really wanted to see that. So, but she really did a good job, like incorporating her humor as well as being like embodying that role and being serious when it needed to be. So I feel like she did a really good job with that. Prince Eric, um, I think that he didn't do a bad job to me. Um, like I said, I could have went with that his little song. It's not bad, but I wouldn't miss it if it wasn't in there. Come find me.
I'm gonna say something about the song a little later when it's my turn.
But the other thing that I will say is that, and this is the part that kind of King Triton. Okay, so when I watched the when I watched the animated version of Little Mermaid, sorry, my battery thing popped up. When I watched the animated version of Little Mermaid, like I'm emotional and I'll cry. I didn't cry during the live action at all. Um, I don't feel like King Triton was a force for me. Um, when he even came in and destroyed her little cove and everything like that, like he didn't give that forceful ruler, like he wasn't moving it for me. You know what I mean? Like it just wasn't like it wasn't giving. He didn't feel like a force. He didn't give me that strong presence like that. I feel like he should have. Yeah, he befitted the part and the look and in the way he carried himself as a ruler, I guess, because I guess rulers really don't need to be blowing their top. But this is also a fictional movie. This isn't real. So, and King Triton blows his top, so I need to see
That
him
thought
blow
for
his
later.
top. hmm King Triton should be blowing his top. Like I just feel like that portion right there kind of was like that part bothered me. So like I really wanted to see him like really get into character, and I feel like in that moment, um, Hallie was kind of feeding off of his energy in the same way too. Like I feel like she was a little lackluster in that moment because he wasn't providing, nor was she. I didn't feel moved like You know, like when you're watching the animated version, she's like, "Daddy, no!" And that's another thing.
I feel the
I don't
scariest
know
thing
why.
is
Yeah, I don't. That's another thing. Like I don't like father is cool and all, but I really like the when it gets really personal. Ariel calls King Titan daddy, like because it just feels more like you know what I mean. Like father, no, like it just sounds like. But when she's like daddy, no,
because she's a
like
little
she's like
because
really
she's
like
a little girl and daddy means a little.
yeah.
But you know, again, today's age, and now they make daddy to seem like a bad term, so they're like, oh, I don't want to use that.
Yeah, but you gotta understand that, and like I think like I feel like in the animated version, like you really get to see you understand like at the end of the day, Ariel loves her father, like she loves her dad, and there's no denying that. Especially if you watch the animated series, she loves her father. I feel like in the live action, you don't get to really see how much Ariel really in this 2.5 hours, and it's an hour and a half on the animated version. 2.5 hours, you can't. I don't see a connection between Triton and Ariel at all. So I feel like when that moment when he sent her away and Ariel crying and everything like that because like she's like she's sad, she's leaving, it's a tear falling out because she feels like thank you for hearing me, da, 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 da. Like I don't feel anything there because I didn't feel a connection with them to begin with, really. Like it just felt like a ruler and his subjects. Like I didn't think that was his daughter. Like yeah, he was coming to protect her, but I felt like it's something he had to do opposed to something that he wanted to do. And even when she brought it back to him, it didn't seem like she wanted to do anything either, or that she felt remorseful or anything like that. It just felt more so like blah. Like that's the one thing I would say. Like that's the only time I didn't really really feel too much in that regard. I really feel like King Triton could have done better. I like if he would have carried better in the movie. Um, Ariel could have followed better as well too. I feel like she did really good with Eric because I guess they had like more so connecting moments things like that as well too. But no, he wasn't moving me like that. I feel like he could have done a lot better, and I feel like if he would have done a lot better, would have had me in there crying when he sent her away because the moment in the animated movie when he comes up there, now we can walk, now we can run, and he gets the little rainbow over there, and he pulls up the water
Mm.
and rises up to her. Like, come on, man! Like that part is so. Just from the moment he says, I guess he said how much I'm gonna miss her. Like when I tell you that, like the way he did everything, like that's probably no one could do a better King Triton if that's the case because he did a really good job. I can't from the moment he said how much he was gonna miss her, but he let her leave. He gave her dress or her legs, and she's walking out of the water. From that moment on, it's just like it's so emotional for me because she's finally getting things that she wants, and then the moment where she's finally getting married to Eric, and then her dad comes, he's rising up on the water, reaching up to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's symbolic because he's coming from under the water to the surface, above to where she is, and I don't think people really look at it that way. Like he's in the water and coming up like I forgot to do the deep because I'll talk for a long time. But that's what I'm saying. Like it's very symbolic, and I didn't feel like any emotion or feelings when I watched that portion of the animated version. I thought they could have delivered that scene so much better, so beautiful in the animated version. So I think my biggest quarrel would have to be with honestly King Triton. But I'm gonna stop there because I'll talk too long. I want to hear what you have to say.
No, you're fine. You're the guest. You get all the time in the world that you get. But okay, let me talk about the live action. Well, no, I'm gonna talk about the live action in a minute. Actually, let me go back to the animated real quick because, like I said, I've had my qualms. Like you said, you have a best friend. I don't know how I'm a bestie. You have a best friend, but whatever. You have a best friend that says that Ariel just left her entire family behind for some dick. I mean, I don't know. Look, here's the thing. She's been infatuated with outside world, right? But she had never seen a human before. It was just always things. Stuff falls in. She goes to Scuttle. Hey, Scuttle, what is this? And Scuttle never knows what they are. And which is funny because it's like you don't know what a fork is or what a pipe is, yet when you're singing part of your world, somehow you know what fire is, what a street is, what legs are. It's inconsistent to me. But whatever. It's like, because the only person that could have told her that was Scuttle. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that does always kind of contradict the whole thing. But yes, when she went up on the boat, my whole thing about the Little Mermaid was always, it isn't the fact that she fell in love with Prince Eric or she just fell in love with she didn't even fall in love with the first human she met. She fell in love with the first human she saw. Mm-hmm. Because, and I know somebody might sit there and go, but King, when she looked on the boat, there were a bunch of people dancing around and stuff. Yes, that was a crowd of people she was panning. But she even said, Eric was the first human she ever saw up close before. I've never seen a human up close like this before. So the first human she truly laid eyes on, oh yeah, I'm in love with you. I'm willing to give it all away for you. And you know what? Yeah, she was feeling a little something inside when she saw Prince Eric. She got up. She literally got up. I mean, so much so that she immediately saved this dude's life. Mm-hmm. Feeling a little something. And she gets on that rock. I don't know when. I don't know how. But I know something's starting right there. Yeah,
right now.
Something's happening down there in your regions. That's what's happening.
Oh my God.
That's our hormones, Ariel. That's what's starting. That's what you don't know what's going on. You're a little confused because you're like, I've never felt this feeling before. I don't understand what this is. I mean, but you live in the water, so I guess you don't know what being wet feels like. But anyway, it's like, so yes, you have to go out there and get that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even have a problem with Ursula telling that girl, it's like, you don't need your voice. You see that? Like, do you not know what men like up there? You don't have to talk to them. You throw it the right way. You have him doing anything you want. That's basically what Ursula was telling them.
Yep.
Like, look, you better understand. She said it in the song. The men up there don't like a lot of flabber. They think a girl that comes to the bar. It's like, look, let's get that out the way. And of course, I have to start going back and forth a little bit because there was some things in the live action that they tried to correct because in the animated they made no sense. Mm-hmm. One of them was how Ursula and Ariel made their deal. Mm-hmm. Because obviously in the animated version, she signed a contract. But that didn't make sense to do in the live action because they realized that's dumb. Because they clearly just established that Ariel knows how to read and write. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she didn't attempt to do that at all with Eric.
True.
Like, oh, I can't talk. You can't talk. Oh, this.
You can write Ariel out, and you can see Ariel.
My name is Ariel. I am the girl that saved you the other night. I know I can't speak right now, but that's because I temporarily lost my voice. You can make up anything. I have a cold or something. That's why I can't talk right now. But I've never met a man like you before, and blah, 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 blah. Never thought to do that once.
Then the live action corrected that too with the curse being added on, like she can't remember the deal.
Yeah, see, the whole thing about that is that was just kind of adding something extra on unnecessarily. Like, it wasn't needed. Like, it was already going to be hard enough trying to get this person to fall in love with you without talking. But then to throw that on, but I guess now that they no longer have a written contract, but it was still an agreement. Because that's why when Triton tried to attack her, even in the live action, it didn't work because it's like, no, she belongs to me. You can't hurt me because this is binding. Okay, well, if it's still like a contract, Ariel didn't agree to the whole not being able to remember anything deal. Didn't that void the contract?
Technically. But she made it like a spell, so she was adding stuff in there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, shouldn't that, like, in the whole thing, she needs to know about everything? But no, that's like sliding something in. It's like, shoot, no, you know what? I don't know if this is legally binding. I'm going to get my lawyer on this.
All right. Lawyer needs to be that going, freaking Sebastian.
Sebastian can't be nobody's freaking lawyer. Sebastian don't even know what he's doing. You want to know why? First of all, he accidentally spilled to King Triton when he just wanted to know who's my daughter in love with. And that man just went off.
Yeah, he literally went off on the deep end. He's like, I tried to stop her.
I tried to stop her. I told her not to talk to humans, but she wouldn't listen. It's like, you just went off the deep end, bruh. And then, not only did you do that, but then when you start to leave off with the eels to go to Ursula, and he tries to stop you, and he gets snappy with you, why don't you go tell my father? You're good at that. It's like, yeah, Sebastian. Go tell her freaking father.
Why go tell her father? Yeah.
Like right now. She's going to go see the sea witch. Turn around.
And you know what she's going there for. Mm-hmm.
So so Sebastian don't know when. He waits until everything's too late, and now he wanted to go to King Triton. After they went to the wedding and the 3 days were up, and oh no, now I'm gonna go tell King Triton about this. When she was on her way to Ursula, you should have went to him immediately.
Agreed.
And you didn't do it. Because now, why? Because you didn't want to look like a snitch again. Well, you know what? That's not bag, number one. And then number two, King Triton literally hired you to be a snitch. That's your job.
Yep. He said to look after my daughter.
And snitch to me if she does something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I appointed you to her. Because she's wandering off, going to the surface, doing these things that's going to get her in danger. And your job is to snitch. Do your job, bro.
One job.
It's like, I didn't want to go tell him when you lost your voice and everything because you would go back to your place and be miserable. So I guess I'll help you with this. It's like, okay, but you still just sat there and watched her have a deal with the Sea Witch. Like there's other ways that this could have been done, but still, like you allowed this to stretch out as far as it did. But again, yes, the live action movie decided not to make it a written contract because it makes no sense that she should know how to read and write. Because then it would make no sense that you didn't try to do it. So I did like that in the live action, that they at least changed it to something else. But in the animated King Triton, the man tried to destroy the contract. And she told him, you can't destroy the contract because it's legally binding. And not at one point did he think to go, oh, well, let me just destroy you then. If I can't destroy this piece of paper, clearly she can be destroyed. Prince Eric did it.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless it was written in that contract that King Triton cannot hurt me, which I would give them credit. Maybe it was, but that was never explained to us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which same thing in a live action movie. It was because he actually did try to attack Ursula. And it's like, no, this is binding. Like, there's nothing you can do about this, bro. But there, it's like, at the end of the day, like you said, Sebastian that went to King Triton, he would have went and taken out Ursula immediately. No deal would have been done. Yes, she would have stayed in the water, but you know what? Sometimes you don't get what you want. That's the price of being a teenager. You can't get everything. You're 16. Sit your little hot butt down. There will be other people. There will be other time. He clearly, as you can tell, like we said, emotionally, is clearly doing this because he loves you. He doesn't trust humans, and in a way I get it, because they live near the seas, and humans that live near the seas 9 times out of 10 eat fish.
Yep. And they incorporated that in a live action a lot more, especially with her mom, and then showing Ariel that that they eat fish, things like that as well too. They did do that in the animated version, but nothing about her mom.
In the animated,
no,
the
third movie they did.
She literally sat at the table with Prince Eric in the live action movie where they were eating crab for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't one of your best, closest people Sebastian, and you're just gonna sit there and watch Prince Eric eat crab?
Crazy.
And it's like, and say nothing? Not paid snitch. Yes! The paid snitch. Hey, Mama Tasha.
Hi, Tasha.
But no, it's like she's aware that some humans, yes, they did incorporate more in the movie for her to live action for her to push back and be like, just because some humans don't like them doesn't mean all humans are. It goes back to that whole prejudice, don't do a whole group of people by the actions of a few thing. Hey, my loves, that right here, like they said about the mother, they brought a mother into this. It was like, your mother was taken out by a human. It was like, yes, by a human. Why are you taking it out on the rest of them? Yes, a lot of humans eat fish. By the way, Ariel, so does Scuttle. He's a seagull. What do you think seagulls eat?
Right.
So it's the same thing like for Triton, for you to be like, yeah, humans hurt fish and animals. Well, guess what? Other fish hurt other fish. There's also sharks underwater. So it's like, by the way, what are the rules on who can talk and who not? Like, how come that shark couldn't talk?
Yeah, what we never know if it really could or if it couldn't.
He never tried. I mean, there's no point that he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go eat you. Like,
Yeah,
there's no
he probably
point
was
when
just
he's
like,
stuck. There ain't no get me out of here, you miserable. I'm gonna eat y'all when I get out of here. He didn't say a word.
or
I
maybe
guess.
like, you know how like I don't know, also exposure. Like if you're raised around like, well, he's in the area where it's just they care about soccer and they just care about eating. And then you have mermaids who are befriending other fish that are kinder and not trying to, kill them. I'm sorry, unalive them. Um, I guess like, they're more there's not much conversation in that avenue opposed to it being like um in harmony,
The point is, there's
harmony.
good and bad in every group. Like,
Yeah.
Triton, there are fish in your own waters that are trying to eat y'all, but you're worried about the few humans that will. I don't see the difference because guess what? There's also humans out there that's this thing called vegetarian. So not all humans are trying to come after you, bro. But he's underwater. He doesn't know much about the outside world. But still, she left her whole life for the first human that she ever saw in her life. Another thing that I do like that the live action did a little better is they actually showed real chemistry between Ariel and Eric. Like they
Yeah.
showed a big vested effort to actually have me like, I can see why these two would be attracted to each other. The animated one didn't really do that.
Yeah.
It was just like they took her in, they hung out for a few days, they went on a boat. That was it. But in the live action, it was, it showed that, she's infatuated with land. He's infatuated with travel and under the sea, and he collects these things. And, like he's infatuated, like they're literally the same person on opposite worlds.
Yes.
And they showed that with the conversations that they had when he went out. You actually really, truly got to see his like slow drift from, I want to find that woman who saved me to, no, I think I'm actually good where I am right now. In the animated one, it was, I'm going to have a good day with Ariel, but then at night, I'm going to go out and play my little flute at the water and hoping this mystery girl shows up. And it wasn't until he was just, the guy went up to him, is like, dude, stop chasing things you don't know is out there when you got that up there. But in the live action, you could see it just slowly, like even when he was like, let's go on the horse and carriage ride, and they're like, but we need all of those to go look for that mystery woman. And you could just see it in his mind, kind of like, damn, that's right. But
Right.
do I even still want to do that? Like you can just see it. Like even when Ursula come disguised and they're about to, I'm sorry, have an engagement party, not a wedding, an engagement party. Well, I'll get to that in a second. He was still conflicted because he's looking around like, where's Ariel? Like, she left, and your boy's like, bro, what do you mean? Of course she left. How would you feel if you were her? Spent all these days with her and this other woman pop up. Oh yeah, I'm gonna marry that one.
Yeah. He's super confused too. He's like, I don't even know what's going on. And like I like that they did that too because like it was more so when she was in his presence that like the enchantment was around him, you know what I mean? Opposed to like when it was with Prince Eric and the animated version, like the enchantment was like just unbreakable the entire time. Like I like that it wavered because it showed that he had those feelings for Ariel. You know what
But
I
it
mean?
also
That
happened
kind of
quickly in the animated version. Like literally, Ursula showed up, then it was, we must get married tonight, and then it was the wedding.
mm-hmm.
It was like they didn't really have his, conflicted of, man, where is Ariel? He was still kind of confused about it. Like, man, it's just, but she saved my life, but man, I really connected with this girl. And, just all of that was stuff that I really, really did like. Now, you talked about the song, the Prince Eric song. Before we get to that Prince Eric song, they have like a very interesting conversation that they slid in there about how he doesn't need to be going off and how they found him, or even slid in some conversation about how they're traders and how they could get this good deal. But we're way behind other lands, and I think this could make our town better. Yeah, because that's what we want slid into our Disney movies, politics.
Yep.
But they did it. I don't know why they did it, but they did. But then they sit there and tell him, stop running after this mystery girl. In fact, you're not allowed to go anywhere anymore. and then he goes outside and sings a song that literally ends with him on a boat going somewhere.
Exactly.
Like, you just immediately left. Oh, you think you distracted me because you were singing a song while you did it? No, I'm sitting there like, why you on that boat, bro?
Exactly.
I just told you not to leave.
Come find me.
While I think it's a pretty good song that was added to the movie, I don't know how I feel about them having the Ariel song with her adjusting to everything. Mm-hmm. I don't hate the song. And I guess technically, yes, she wasn't singing the song, but it was just something about hearing her voice during a time in the movie when we're not supposed to hear from her at all.
Right.
You know, I mean, like I said, as a standalone, the song it was a pretty good song.
Yeah.
You know, but it just for me, it was just kind of like she just lost her voice, and the first thing y'all do is have her mind sing a song.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, I don't know if you needed to do that one, but I did
like the song. Yeah, I did like the song.
The confusion of her, like you said, they saw the little fish on the hooks on the wall, and it's like, because I don't think she really grasped that in the animated version. They're like, yeah, these humans do eat fish. Mm-hmm. Like,
and this will burn me. This is hot.
Like, wow. You know? It's like, but so, I mean, do I really, like, kind of second guessing, like, is this for me? Like, is what my dad been saying right? Like
they made her really human. You know what I mean? Like, she really was, like, you know, not just like this mystical character. Like, she's actually a human and going through human emotions.
They really squeezed her into that dress, though, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, when she ate that soap, too, was crazy.
Man, immediately. Because she didn't know what it
good, though. I was like, that had to be something. It probably was tasty for real.
Like, they started shoving her feet into those shoes. I felt like the freaking stepsisters in Cinderella. They were trying to stuff her feet in those things. Like, fit, damn it, fit. It's like, my goodness, they finna hurt this poor girl.
Yeah, she already that tight.
She already managed in the animated and the live action version to do something that's super miraculous, and that's learn how to freaking walk in less than 3 days.
Yeah.
It takes babies like 7 to 8 months to learn how to walk. And you just learn how to walk in like a day.
Yeah,
like an animated version, you would do a full-on dances and everything after about a day.
Yeah, she was.
You're a fast learner, Ariel.
She is. She definitely was.
Like, I mean, I get why you would kind of, at least they kind of played on the whole while she was kind of struggling swimming a little bit, because you've never had legs before. That's why they were trying to.
Yeah, it took her a while, too.
Kick with your feet, It's like she had to learn how to swim, but I will give her the pass on being a fast learner, on learning how to swim with her legs, because she still used to swim her whole life. But walking after about a day or two, especially like literally when she first got there, she couldn't even stand up.
Yeah.
And, it's like, and then not only do you have to learn how to walk, you have to learn how to walk in heels. They just made it double hard. It's like.
Yeah. And you have to have strength. And I wonder too, like, because she was swimming so much as a mermaid. Maybe it made she had strong legs instantly, but you have to have some muscle.
There's women out here that don't necessarily know how to walk in heels, and she had to learn how to walk in heels all at the same time.
You know that she didn't have those heels on long. She was barefoot a lot of the movie.
That's true. So yeah, it's like, the hell with these heels, but still, kudos.
Even when they got married, no heels on.
She still gave it a
no
shot,
shoes.
Though. It's like, kudos. It's like, shoot, if I could take
those heels on for like 5 minutes, just to see Prince Eric. After that girl was barefoot the entire movie.
You saw the way they squeezed her into those shoes. She's like, I'm not doing that again. Because, I mean, at least with the corset, it's like, I just won't wear it as tightly as they did it on me. But for them shoes, that was clearly a size or two too small.
Yeah, those boots were tight. Then they had the nerve to tie the string around the top of the boot.
Oh, yeah, so you can't even take them off. It's like, no, these are here. These are here now.
I'm not putting them back on either. I'm just like, it takes this long to take these off and put them back on? No, I'm good.
Now.
And they hurt.
As far as, like, added songs, like I said, the song where she was getting adjusted, like I said, it was weird that they did it, but I still like the song. Mm-hmm. The Prince Eric song was fine. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not something I'm going to learn the words to, but
we're back here again.
It's fine. I'll tell you what song I did like though. I really liked the song that Scuttle song when they came and they thought that she was going to marry Prince Eric. I was like, this is actually kind of a little bop right here. Came in with the sing slash, like, I was like, bars.
That was a big hit. Everybody loved that song.
Bars. That's what he was doing. Like, never had bars. That's what I'm saying. That's what that. But I thought it was weird that, you know, and I guess this is, you know, modern day progression. Hey, let's not make it a wedding. Let's make it an engagement party because no one gets married that fast. You know what I'm saying? That's what I always say about examples of, oh, they want to change things just because. And it's like, okay, yeah, we'll make it an engagement party instead. Yeah, because the stakes are really how to stop this engagement party. I've never heard anybody ever be like, hurry up, let's stop. In any love movie, any love story ever be, we got to stop the engagement party. No, stop
That's
the
true.
wedding. The stakes are up here for, we need to stop this wedding. Because if you don't stop that wedding, it's over. They're married. But if you don't stop the engagement party, they can always break off the engagement.
Yep, that's much easier.
That's just them going with the whole,
And less being spent too.
trope is, do not marry somebody you just met. You know, the thing Frozen actually was one of the first ones to actually put out there. It's like, yeah, no, you're not marrying somebody you just met. Like, Anna, you're dumb. You know. But no, so I always thought it was weird that they turned. But I did like that Ariel was the one that took the matters in her own hands. I kind of like that she was willing to run hands with Ursula, basically. To be like, look, nah, this ain't going down like this.
Mm-hmm. Because before it was Prince Eric that did it for the finishing blow.
No, I was talking about like at the engagement party when she went and snatched the thing from her.
Oh, yeah.
She went and tackled her. I was like, no, she was willing to go run hands.
Mm-hmm.
To stop this engagement.
She talked about that fight too. She was like, it felt like they were really fighting. A real fight.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so it wasn't just this shenanigans happened, the thing break. It's like, no, I'm finna go over there. I'm gonna tackle this bitch, and I'm finna take back what's mine.
He's like, Ariel, stop. Like,
now
mind your business, Eric.
Because I do have a problem with Ariel being the one giving the final blow.
Same way I feel about with Aladdin, with live action Aladdin.
I know why they did it. Progression. A woman doesn't need a man to fight her. Like I said, but sometimes y'all can think about that so much it ruins the very story that you're trying to tell. And no, I don't have a problem with strong women in movies. That isn't what this is about. Like, I love movies like that. But as far as this story told, and I know they tried to twist it in a way, but the way they tried to twist it doesn't really work. One of the main reasons that King Triton comes around to humans is because Prince Eric saved your life.
Mm-hmm.
He saved my daughter's life. He must be a good guy after all. Mm-hmm. But no, now they made Ariel do it. And then they're going to try to slide it. They realize their mistake by doing that. And then it's like, because I'm sure someone asked in the studio, but wait, isn't the whole reason King Triton liked him was because he saved her life? No, now it's, I defeated Ursula. You risked your life for me. You risked your life for me.
I didn't do it alone.
I didn't do it alone. Eric helped a little bit. He barely did anything.
Yeah, the only thing he really did was piss Ursula off.
He dived over in the water and pissed Ursula off. Everything else was all Ariel.
Yeah, I didn't like that part in the live action of Aladdin either. When they changed that part with Jasmine. I like the idea of it. I don't like the way that they, I guess, like, did it.
Some stories are set up that they're there for a reason, and changing them messes up your story. Mm-hmm. Like, I've always been that person that says, I don't have a problem, even though it's weird that most Hollywood people are just saying, oh, we're doing it just to show that we've progressed. I don't have a problem when they switch races in remakes. Mm-hmm. Just so long as you don't switch a race of somebody where their race was part of their story.
Yeah.
If their race was part of their story, then you cannot touch their race. You have to keep it there. Mm-hmm. I didn't have a problem with them making Ariel black was because, I mean, they're mermaids. Mermaids aren't real.
Mermaids aren't real.
So it's like, it doesn't really matter what race she is. And then as you went and learned, King Triton had multiracial daughters. So, King Triton got a woman in every part of the sea, don't he? Mm-hmm. He's talking about your mother. Yeah, you notice he was always your mother talking to Ariel. Ariel's mother's gone. What about all these other kids?
Yeah, but then they said to her, you were just a baby when your mother died. I'm unalived. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, like, exactly how many baby mamas you got, King Triton?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just want to know. Like, maybe a couple of them are yours, but all of them? I mean, these all women look a little different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But no, I don't have a problem if you want to change the race. I do have a problem with Hollywood just going, we got this movie. Okay, how can we get some stir up? Let's change their race. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Okay, we got this story. Oh, what we gonna do? Okay, let's change their sexual orientation. They're lesbians now. I was like, okay, or they just know. It's like, if it makes sense in the story, fine. Or if you doing it doesn't affect anything, fine, whatever. But when you're doing stuff like, oh, we just want to show we've progressed by having Ariel be the hero, when Prince Eric being the hero kind of added to the story that was told, that I have a problem with. Because now you've changed everything, which was why I said about my thing about the live action Mulan. Because, like I said, for me personally, the whole thing about Mulan was she was a weak woman that had to get stronger and prove herself to go through all of that stuff. So to basically make her better than everybody else from like childhood was kind of like, I think it just kind of took away a little from
the character development.
There was no character development. It took it away. But they did it because girl power.
You know, took out Shang too.
Yes, that too. So, and that's the thing. And you saw what they were, apparently has been canceled, but you saw what they were about to do with Snow White, the Snow White remake.
Oh yeah, they were just working on that too.
About this version of Snow White, she don't need no man. I was like, oh my God, here we go again.
Like, a lot of Disney movies are based on, like, it's not about the needing of a man. It's like, it's love. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Like I said, they're so afraid in today's age to have a story about a woman in distress. Well, guess what? Men can be in distress. Women can actually still be in distress, people. That didn't just not happen anymore. Mm-hmm. Just like men, because what's going to end up happening is if you keep now making movies where the man is always in danger, then 10, 15 years from now, it's going to be the other way around. Well, why the heck are the men always in danger? You can have the balance. And it's fine. And it works. So if you have a story that says, this happens, and this is the effect, then they changed it, and then tried to come with that half-assed, I didn't do it alone. You didn't?
I didn't do it alone, Father.
Oh,
I just felt no emotion between the two.
Oh, he helped a little bit? Oh, well, I guess humans are all good then.
And he was just like, but I do like that, when he said that, he really didn't address, the fact that, he really didn't address Eric. He just was like, yeah, no, I'm still sticking to my guns.
Exactly. Because now it's so now him coming around, it's just why did you come around? Is it just purely to make your daughter happy?
I think it was purely just out of happiness for his daughter, because he didn't say nothing about Eric.
So your opinion on humans just have not changed at all. But now you're ready to let your daughter go into this world you don't trust. Mm-hmm. It doesn't land the same.
Yeah, so I'm saying King Triton just wasn't just this, yeah.
And now I can get to King Triton. Mm-hmm. King Triton's energy throughout that whole movie was at a 4 at best. Even at moments where he needed to be at a 10, he was at a 4.
Agreed.
Anytime he was angry, I never believed him.
Nope. You went to the above world.
And it was the same. Excuse me. No disrespect to the actor that played him. I'm sure he was probably told to do it this way, but he just played it the same way. There was no ups. There was even no lows. Even when he felt bad, when he looked at Sebastian, it was like, do you think I was too hard on her? There's no emotion in that.
Yeah. And the part where the part in the animated version where he realizes he sent Ariel, he drove Ariel away. Yeah, exactly. What have I done? There's so much remorse when King Triton says in the animated version, what have I done? What have I done?
But even with was I too hard on her? He had actual fatherly concern when he asked in the anime.
There's no connection between Halle and him in that movie.
Even when which is one of the scariest scenes in Disney animated movies, when he was destroying all of that stuff, afterwards, when Ariel was sitting there crying, you could just see it on Triton even as he was leaving. Like,
Exactly.
man,
That part was
I
gone
didn't want to
too.
have to do that. And now I feel kind of bad that I did it.
And
In the live
the
action, when
anime
he just kind of did it and was like, "Good, now go to your
never
room."
returned. He's like never he said never leave again.
Yeah, that's basically like, "Yeah, I did it. Not do it again. Bye." Only not even with that much energy, because that would involve him being at least a 7. No, he just stayed at a 4. Never leave again. Do you think I was too hard on her? There's only one thing left. How much I'm gonna miss her.
Like,
I feel no emotion ever, so nothing impacts.
no.
He was just, no, I couldn't. I'm sorry. King Triton was the worst thing about the movie.
Agreed. And I feel like if he was, like, Halle did a good job in my opinion anyway. But I feel like if he would have had that, if he would have better connection with him as, her father figure in the movie, like, just imagine how much it would have moved her emotionally. You know what I mean? Because you can put yourself in that situation. Like, if he's giving that type of energy or giving that type of like, never really or like, he was like, I don't know, it's just, I feel like she really would have gotten more emotional in the part where he destroyed everything. I didn't feel like she was as emotional as she could have been.
Right.
Like, because there's no connection. Like I said, I didn't get emotional at all. Like when you hear part of your world, and and when you hear her, and when he destroys it in the animated version, like destroys her whole cove and everything like that, like you can hear the trembling in her voice. She's like, "Daddy, no!" Like you can hear everything, and it's just like you can feel the breakdown. And she's so hurt so bad that he feels that remorse.
Oh,
Like
by
it
the
is,
way,
yeah.
whether no matter what version, especially the animated one, when she was yelling at her father, and she was all, "You don't know him. You don't know him." Like her arguments had no weight to him.
Those were teenage responses.
It's like, you don't know him. Neither do you. So it's like, so guess what? We're a couple of people that just don't know somebody, huh? But yeah, those are teenage response. If you would just give them a chance, it's like there's no weight to any of this, Ariel.
Yeah, she never knew any pull.
Like, what are we gonna do? We're just gonna go to the surface, like, oh hi, we're mermaids. How you doing? Watch
Teenage responses indeed.
how
Yeah.
the bullet gets thrown into you.
That's crazy.
Probably what happened to her mom in the live action. She probably was just like Ariel, fascinated with the outside world, went up there and got harpooned.
Yeah. They probably call her as a mermaid.
Because remember, in the live action, they put that emphasis on they thought mermaids were evil.
Mm-hmm.
They were just sirens, which is an actual mermaid lore. They thought that they were just sirens that were luring you in to take you out. Which is crazy that Eric's parents in the live action can acknowledge that there are sea gods. And they can acknowledge that there are mermaids. But you can't believe this man that he said a mystery woman saved his life? That's where we draw the line.
The sea gods was crazy to me.
I mean, technically there is a sea god, King Triton.
Yeah, I know. But this face is crazy. Like she was so superstitious.
Yeah, I should be reckon because of the sea gods are doing it. They don't want us in there, and they acknowledge. The movie literally started with them harpooning what they thought was a mermaid that turned out to not be a mermaid. So they know these things exist, but it's far fetched to say this mystery woman saved my life. It's like, stop chasing things that don't exist.
Or you just tired from the accident and things like that. Like they really were gaslighting him for real.
Like, stop chasing things that don't exist. Oh, you mean like sea gods? Like, it's just another thing I had a problem with is I know it's called, and I told you to hold on to something earlier. I know it was called the live action Little Mermaid, but with that being said, there's still so much in this movie that isn't real, like mermaids and sea kings and all of that that means you could still have a little fun with some of the stuff that you did. AKA, did you have to make Flounder and Sebastian look like that?
Yeah, there was so much quarrels with
Dak.
Sebastian did a good job
Thank
as
you for the
as a voice
roses.
actor. Ah,
From the number one fairy.
GG's.
Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Nah.
You're too good at these.
No, but that's the point I'm making. It's just like, why did they have to make them look like real crabs and a real like flounder fish? Like, mermaids don't exist. You clearly could have this fantasy land where you're doing CG underwater. You could have animated them a little bit more, and you still could have had your live action world. And don't say you can't, because we've literally seen movies where cartoon characters have meshed with real worlds. Again, Who Framed Roger Rabbit is one of my favorite movies of all time. And it's like, if they can do it, y'all can do it. But no, we're going to have Sebastian look like a real crab. So now he can't really show that much personality, because how much personality can you show from something that looks like this?
Yeah.
You know,
That was my issue with the live action Lion King. That's what Queen said.
That was my issue with the live action Lion King. Same. That there was no, and I feel that way about the live action Lion King, because they want to make them look like real lions. They show no emotion in anything.
That's what he said.
In
the realistic look takes away from the emotional expressions.
Like I said, there's stuff, we talk about it, there's stuff I like about the live action Little Mermaid, but I can't give it the same 10 out of 10 that I'll give the animated one, just because of the things that they did change are just, Halle Berry's performance brings it all the way up here, but on the flip side, King Triton's performance brings it all the way down here. So now you got to talk about the middle ground, where like I said, for me, they did dumb things like making Flounder and Sebastian look realistic, or making it an engagement party for no reason instead of a wedding, or having Ariel be the one to take Ursula. And it's just, those things weigh it down, but it's not my least favorite live action movie. You know, like, there are a lot of them I just don't like. I mean, I would still give it like a solid 6 out of 10. Like, I didn't hate the movie, and the things they did well, they did very well. It was just so many of the other things.
And Halle Bailey sold it right with her performance for in front of the at Disney. She sold it with that performance that she did.
Yes. I can listen to the songs from the movie, you know, Eric's song aside. I can listen to the songs from the movie, but like I said, the movie itself, it's one of those, like, will I ever sit down and be like, I gotta watch this movie again? Probably not. If somebody else is like, hey, let's watch the live action Little Mermaid, will I be like, no, nah? I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I just rewatched it maybe like a week and a half ago.
It doesn't insult me to watch it. In fact, I watched it again this past week just so I could, refresh myself on some things to get, because as podcast people, we got to research things. So, I went back and rewatched a couple of Disney things to just be like, let me just refresh myself on some things.
I do a Disney refresher too.
Shout out to, look, when they originally announced Disney Plus as being a thing that existed, my excitement level shot through the roof.
Same. I got it as soon as it came out.
The day it came out. I not only was watching it, I posted it, went online. It's like, look what I'm watching right now. By the way, the very first thing I did is I went and I watched an episode of Goof Troop. Because I was like, I hadn't seen Goof Troop in like a decade.
The first thing I watched on there was which movie was it? Was it Smart House?
Smart House.
I think it was Smart House I think I watched, or was it Don't Look Under the Bed? I can't remember which one I watched first.
Well, they both are different movies, so whichever one it is.
Yeah, it was so long ago because this came out years ago, but I know I watched the Disney Channel movie first.
Okay, no.
I missed those.
Well, I'm a little older, and I always tell people that. So, the decade that I grew up in is probably different from a lot of other people's decade that they grew up in. So, I grew up with the Disney afternoon. The first thing I went and did was watch a few episodes of Goof Troop. The second thing I did was went and watched a few episodes of Darkwing Duck. And literally the third thing I did was go watch a few episodes of Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers. You know, because I was a big fan of the Disney Afternoon.
Rangers.
Also, shout out to Tailspin and Gummy Bears. I like those too. So it's like, now, you know, since then, obviously, I've watched a lot of the old. Then I went and watched some of the old classic Disney movies because it had been a long time since I've seen them. And, you know, I didn't jump in and watch some of the more recent stuff right away. But after years went on, I did go back and like rewatch. Like I've completely re-binged the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody / Sweet Life of Death. I just went back and just binged all of it.
Oh yeah,
So
that was a good show.
That was my show. Like the others I would do, like I would go back and watch like random episodes of like Hannah Montana or Wizard of Waverly Place, but I went back and rewatched Zack and Cody / Sweet Life on Deck from beginning
Even
to
Stevens.
end. Even Stevens was pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
Disney knew how to make
Elizabeth
stars.
McGuire.
Disney knew how to make stars. And I've said that a long time. They've always known how. I'm not saying Nickelodeon didn't have any stars, you know, because anytime anyone brings up that argument, Ariana Grande is going to always go immediately there. It's like, yes, they did have her. And they also had a couple of minor stars, but Disney broke out the major ones.
Mm-hmm. Because Luca's still like, you know, doing a lot of music and stuff too. Even like on, what is it,
That's
Girl Meets World?
a recent star. Like, that's not even counting the past ones.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Miley Cyrus, the Selena Gomez, the Demi Lovato's, the Jonas Brothers. You know, I know Raven-Symoné was already a star before that Star Raven, but that took her to a completely different audience and completely different level.
Exactly.
You know, just like 3LW was technically already a music group. You know, 3LW was a music group and they were fine, but they really blew up when they became the Cheetah Girls. You know, so it's like Disney. I guess Brenda Song, she didn't become as big of a star as like a lot of the others.
No,
you know, like I was a fan of Brenda Song. I liked Wendy Wu, fine, you know, but you know, she didn't. Her career didn't catapult like the others.
No, she kind of like honestly like kind of went like she kind of like slowed down.
You know, and then when it comes to like Nickelodeon, like I said, you have Ariana. When it comes to the major stars, you have Ariana Grande. That's obviously like the big one that came from there. Then there's like some big stars that were on Nickelodeon, but Nickelodeon isn't what really catapulted their career. You know what I'm saying? You know, like Nick Cannon was on like a season of all that. And then he did like one season of this show called The Nick Cannon Show before it got canceled because nobody watched it. And then he started doing this thing away from Nickelodeon and became a big star. But it's hard for me to say that Nickelodeon made him a star. You know, same thing with Keke Palmer. I mean, I tell people, I give you Kenan Thompson because, you know, he's still on SNL, you know, but just their track record. And then they got ones that were like, they did well for themselves, you know, like the Miranda Cosgroves, you know, iCarly, you know, she was never able to like compel that into like a Grammy winning artist or anything like that. But, you know, she did fine for herself. Victoria Justice did jack shit after Victorious. But I mean, she was also the least popular character on her own show. So.
And then on Zoe 101 as well, too. You know,
I don't think Brenda Song wanted hers to catapult, though. And I mean, and that could be facts as well. Well, she tried. Like, Seth MacFarlane, creator of Family Guy, he had came out with a live-action sitcom called Dads, and she was on that, but I think it only lasted like 8 episodes before it got canceled. And that was a more adult thing, so it was kind of interesting to see Brenda Song in a more adult atmosphere because she was on a, you know, a show not for kids. It was like, it was weird seeing Brenda Song make adult jokes.
No, definitely, that'd be different.
You know, the other is like
seeing from that movie she made too, like it was like a few years ago. It was like I forgot what it's called, but you know which movie I'm talking about? Yeah,
I think
that
so.
was like that was really different too. Like really different seeing her in that type of role.
And then, like I said, and then we can keep going. Like, while you know Zack and Cody, like while only one of them really went on to kind of become a big name for themselves. I mean, you know, Lindsay Lohan, like for Disney, you just go. Like they have a factory at Disney.
Agreed.
But no, the Little Mermaid, like I said, loved the animated one, liked the live action one, And yes, she was definitely horny for Prince Eric. And, when they got married and they went on their honeymoon, Prince Eric truly was able to find out why it is better down where it's wetter.
Oh my God. Under the sea for sure. Under the sea.
Exactly. I mean, hey, don't worry about it. She's from the ocean. She smells like fish anyway. So, you know what? It's a little natural. A little
Oh
natural.
my gosh. That's crazy.
A little natural. It's okay. Okay. These human girls, they taught her how to walk and they taught her how to talk and I taught her how to bathe. I'm pretty sure they also taught her how to take care of her important parts. Stuff she never have to worry about.
She was eating the soap, so.
Exactly. So it's like, it's like let's
Let's get that
open up the
seaweed
drawer
smell
by
off
your
of you.
bed and you what that thingamabob you're using when you're in bed with your husband. You know what? I'm gonna stop. She got a new set of doohickeys now.
Oh my gosh. Is this part of the song? The video you made?
Some of it is, but that's because of stuff I say every day. It's a lot more explicit in the video. I'm gonna send it to you.
Yes.
I'm definitely gonna send it to you. Oh man, but that is just I love the Little Mermaid though. I absolutely love
Me
it.
too.
And Disney as a whole. Now, as far as like Disney in general, because there's not really much else. Was there before we slide out of here? Was there any other Disney movies that you just really wanted to give an opinion out on?
Um,
We didn't even dive into like Pixar.
Honestly, I think we should do another podcast together and really like dive into more Disney, like different sections together. I would love it.
We really could. Like, are you available any other Thursdays coming up?
Yes, I am. I work for myself, so I'm pretty much home for the most part.
You available next Thursday?
I actually am available. Wait, what is next Thursday? That is the 25th. Yep.
I say that, and yes, guys, this is a spur of the moment thing. My guest that I had for next Thursday actually had to cancel earlier today. So next Thursday is actually open.
Yay, I'm back again.
So you know what?
And for those of you in here, I have an announcement. Is it okay to drop an announcement right
Oh, drop the announcement. Drop the announcement.
now?
Always running. Oh, look at your Siri.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for this announcement.
Okay. So for my announcement, everybody knows my listening party is going to be on the 16th of February. Um, with my listening party, I'm introducing different avenues of my content creation. I've been trying to do just things that I like posting stuff that you like, and just really just posting whatever you like and getting content out that really makes you happy. And one thing that makes me happy is music. And so my listening party is going to be three of my favorite things. So this is an exclusive because I haven't made any announcements about it. So if you're not in here,
World premiere.
if you're not in here, you aren't gonna get it. So three of my favorite things. So it's gonna be three songs, and one of them is actually Part of Your World. I actually finished recording it already. It's from I actually sang Halle Bailey's version, and yeah. So you're in for a treat.
I heard it here first, guys. Y'all are definitely in for a treat. And now you're in for an exclusive treat because another exclusive thing is we're done today. I had so much more Disney I could talk about. So we're going to do that next week. So you guys
Yes.
can definitely join us there. And at some point, I'm going to see her at a con again because we need to because there is now a karaoke that needs to be done.
Yes, lots of how did I do with my Disney test?
Like we said, there were a few of those middle there. Like I'm gonna need you to go watch Sword to Stone, like I said earlier.
I have to
Right?
rewatch all those old movies, but those are so far back for me.
Yes, but look, here's the thing, and I mean I can describe it because I mean you technically have probably seen it. I don't even care if this is not considered a spoiler. Yeah, a spoiler on a movie that came out like 50 years ago. But my favorite thing about the Merlin and Mims fight is that it's just a hilarious duel.
It's goofy, yeah.
Yeah, like he literally tells her, it's like, we got rules on this. And one of the rules is no disappearing and going invisible. And she's like, right, no going invisible. All right, let's turn our backs and let's count to 10 and turn around. And as soon as he starts counting, she immediately goes invisible. Like,
I have to go rewatch. I haven't seen those movies
she's
in so
already
long.
cheating.
Yeah, I have to go back and watch it. I have to rewatch those again. Because a lot of the older movies, I can't quite remember them like that, because there's so many. Like I had this box, right? Before I moved, it was in storage, and it
Mhm.
was a box. I had every single Disney DVD. No kidding. And to go rebuy it now costs a lot of money.
You got Disney Plus now. It's okay.
I don't need to, yeah, but this is feels good to have the collection at hand,
Yeah, just to have hanging up, just kind of like people do with Funko Pops, and just kind of good
Yeah,
to look at my collection. I get it.
look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? So, but I have to go back and watch a lot of the older movies as well too, just to rewatch them. I have seen a lot of Disney movies and I don't have the best memory. But, you know,
It's okay because next week, not only can we dive more into some of the movies we didn't get, we can get more into Pixar, and we can get into some of these Disney Channel TV shows.
yes, I would love that. I'm excited.
So it gives you something to kind of brush up on over the next week. So
Mm-hmm.
there you
And then
go.